Hey guys, welcome back to Rere Sofa Talk. Thank you guys for all being here. Tonight we're gonna do things a little different. We're gonna do a little battle of the sex, just see everyone's opinion, everyone's perspective on life, relationship. I just want to let everybody know tonight's about taking accountability, emotional maturity, and how men and women experience relationships differently. This isn't about attacking anyone, it's about understanding why good intention don't always lead to good behavior. So just let's have fun, enjoy the show, and I'll be asking a few questions just to see how both perspectives think, the male and the female. So tonight is going down. It's the battle of the sexes. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Pretty good.
We're good. We're good.
Good.
Doing
Good.
good.
We're
So are
great.
you guys ready to have some fun?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Bring
I
out the
want to
big
thank you guys
drums.
all for being here and joining me tonight. I appreciate it. And I'm just going to start with the ladies. This question is for you. Do you think women over communicate or do men under communicate?
I think we over communicate.
Tamika?
I think we over communicate. Our communication styles are different. Um, we're more wordy. We're more we express with our emotions. So I think we do definitely over communicate.
And CJ, do you think men under communicate? Explain. Elaborate a little.
I think Tamika alluded to it that men and women have different communication styles, but I don't think it goes beyond just men and women having different communication styles. People have different communication styles culturally. You know what I'm saying? It really breaks down so many different things. Communication is such a broad thing to think about, and when you grow up in communities or environments where maybe you were sheltered to communicate, maybe you overly communicated and people tried to hush you, whatever the case may be for you, you bring that into your adult. So I wouldn't say men under communicate or women over communicate. I think people choose to be comfortable in the best way that they know how to communicate. And until they find a way to communicate with the other party, they both doing the same things, you know?
I like that. I can take that. Now, does anyone want to chime in before we move on to the next question? And this is for anyone. Should arguments be resolved the same day or should you be given space if needed?
A
Actually, I
little
think
bit.
Depending on the level of the
arguments.
argument.
What was that?
Go ahead, Giovanni.
I said,
Who's going?
depending on the level of the argument, sometimes you might need a person some space to calm down, but you don't want to
Mm-hmm.
let it fester on too long because it's like it never was addressed. You
Right.
know, it should be handled as soon as possible. Shouldn't be a week later and y'all still beefing about the same thing. I think y'all should try your best to fix it and figure out a best resolution for it in a way you can move on with it.
Right.
I,
I
Right.
agree with
I,
that.
I agree with
I think
I actually think you need a. I think you need a little time, like a day, in order to address certain issues. Because if you have certain issues in a relationship and you go ahead and try to address it immediately, a lot of times you will say things that you do not mean, but
Mm.
because of the emotions that are flying at the time, you go ahead and say things. So you should give it like a day before you address certain issues.
For me personally, I agree with Jovan because I have one model in my relationship and my friendships. I don't go to bed being mad. So we're going
Mm.
to resolve it before the end of the day. And that's
Exactly.
my thing.
Yeah.
Everyone is different. However, I do know people need space. But for me, we're going to resolve it today before the end of the day. But I do understand some people take on it is very differently. I do have a friend, she can go a whole month without speaking to her man and sleep in the same bed if she's mad. And I
Mm.
think that's poisonous to the soul. That's just my opinion. But that's how she do things until she feel like she's ready to get over it. But for me, I think we need to hit it out the ballpark right there and then.
I think it's hard to say one way is the right way versus another. I think it comes down to understanding who's your partner, to be quite frank,
Mm-hmm.
and what traumas they come with. You know what I mean? Most times relationships happen in 2.5 seconds. So you never got an opportunity to know who this person was, man or female. So ideally, I think most people would like to not go to bed angry, right? But
ideally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
truthfully, you should take a moment to be separate, to calm down, especially if it's gotten heated, and then come back to be able to have an emotional, intelligent conversation about what is and what isn't. And you both have to understand that there's no right in whatever y'all gonna say to each other. Because if someone's trying to be right, there's never gonna be an ending to what the argument was. If I thought you should have washed the dishes and you didn't wash the dishes, I'm gonna feel that way no matter what. But if we come to the table understanding that there's no right, there's no wrong, we just want to get through it and figure out the best way forward, you could have a different conversation.
I do want Ladon and Shay to answer that question because they're both, one is newly engaged and one is newly married. So I want to know how they deal with conflict in their relationship. And congratulations to both of you guys.
So for us, we're two very different types of people. I will avoid the problem. I'll let it go and say, okay, fine, whatever. Like moving forward, he likes to address things like as it happens. So we found success in like taking 15 minutes apart and saying, okay, we're gonna come back to each other in 15. We set a timer and just say, okay, we're gonna go away, come back, gather our thoughts, come back together so we can resolve it in a calm, like, mature manner. That way, we're not blowing up. We're not saying things we don't mean. And I have my space, and he has his.
I like that. What about you, Shay? Since you're newly married and every day you tell me you're still learning your husband and you guys are learning each other.
Me personally, I try to resolve it before we go to bed. Just coming from a biblical aspect, that's how I like to apply it. I am human and he's human as well. So we also test the temperature because sometimes it's just inevitable and you just need space. Like there's sometimes you can't avoid that space that's necessary. So it's really on, I guess, try to solve it, but if it can't be solved, then give it that space. So it's like I'm either or for us. It's either or for us. We kind of test the temperature to see what would be the best thing for us in that moment. But ultimately, I try to resolve it before we go to bed. I like to cuddle with my partner, so and it doesn't
Me
feel
too.
right when you're sleeping by your partner and y'all don't want
Mhm.
to touch or it's just weird. So I like to try to resolve it first.
I agree with you. That's my thing. I am never going to bed mad because I love to cuddle. However, I
Mhm.
do have this question specifically for the ladies. We're a little hot headed, especially when we're arguing. We can say some things that will kill a man's ego. So, do you think during an argument is silence healthy or is it toxic?
Toxic to y'all, not toxic to us.
Anyone
You
can
said
answer.
during an argument is silence toxic?
Yes, or is it healthy? Like for somebody to just walk away.
I think it's
It
necessary to
depends
walk
because
away.
like you said, yeah, like you said, we can say some things that
Mhm.
we don't mean in the heat of the moment. So if you feel yourself about to say something crazy or you know your mouth and you need that space, the space is better than anything. That silence
Mhm.
is better. But if you're just not communicating, that's also toxic as well. So it's just kind of evaluate yourself in that moment. If you know you need to be quiet, just be quiet. You can communicate that as well. Look, right now I'm not in the best mood or I have a really bad attitude, so I don't really want to say anything that I don't want to say. So it's best I be quiet right now. And then hopefully they respect it because at that point, if they keep going, you it might it might go bad. So it
Now,
just
also
depends.
for the ladies, have you guys ever said something during an argument where you regret, but you just don't know how to take it back? Because we tend to say things that we mean in the moment, but in actuality, we probably don't mean it. So, how do you take back something if you know you've crushed your partner feelings, heart, ego, everything? How do you do that?
I don't say nothing that's a lie when I'm mad.
You,
Hold on, I know you said for the ladies, but can I chime in on this? Because my biggest thing is
Sure,
this:
sure.
when you disrespect a person in anger, that's actually what you feeling. You're that mad that
Mhm.
you don't even respect. First off, you don't respect me. If you're going to disrespect me when you're angry, you don't respect me at all. Because
I
no matter
agree.
what, no matter how mad I make you, disrespect should never happen. Like not to a person you say you love, not to a person. Because when you disrespect that person, you know what I mean. Like how is that I can make you that mad that you just going to ultimately just fly off? Because words hurt more than anything. You can't take
Yes.
words back. Once they're said, they said. You know what I mean? So the more fucked up the word, the words that you're using, you know what I mean? It's just like, damn, you gotta look at a person now. You gotta evaluate your relationship. Like,
But what if toxic is all you guys know?
oh, you with the wrong
And
person.
that's your love
Toxic is
language.
all you know. That's the wrong person. Why would you be with somebody that's what y'all do? Y'all just have a toxic relationship.
Sometimes it works for some people. It actually
How?
does. And I've
No,
seen it.
wait, no, I
it,
don't
it
think.
doesn't work. It's dysfunctional. But
It
I think
doesn't.
people settle. I think people settle and let it go
exactly.
versus to move on. It's if you've been with someone long enough, it's what you know, so you tolerate it. But it ain't what's okay. I think what Javon said, it's never okay to disrespect your partner because those words you can never take back once you've said it. Once you've said it, it's it. You can't go back and be like, I'm really sorry. And then if you do say sorry and go back and do it again, it just only validates that it was what it was. That's toxicity is something that's amongst us. It's just within how we operate sometimes, but that's not okay. It's never okay.
Yeah, we all got
And
toxic ways. That's just a human thing. We,
Right?
we all have them.
Yeah.
this is
I
a
I
agree.
think
generation
this
to
is
know
why
part.
it comes back to what Shay said. You know, sometimes you just need to step away. Hey, this is not the right time for me to address this. I need a minute to avoid saying things that you will regret.
For me, I have to work on what Shay said, and I agree with Tamika because for me, if I feel it, I'm gonna say it. It comes to my mind, I say it. I don't necessarily mean it after the fact because I know my mouth is very deadly. But however, that is one of my flaw, and I am actually currently working on it. I
I
am
mean, if you
learning to, hey, I'll call you back, or hey, can we talk about it later? Because for me, the Brooklyn comes out of me when I get mad, and that's not a good thing. So I am
Cop out.
learning as I
I
am
mean,
getting
I,
older.
Don't blame
I think
Brooklyn.
Cop
I
out.
think
Where you from don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
What you keep allowing yourself to
Let me
act
tell you, people know when I'm from Brooklyn out here. Okay, the first thing
No,
they know.
don't blame.
From the moment
Don't
you
blame
open your
Brooklyn.
mouth, when you start speaking,
but
they know.
again, I'm saying to you that that's a cop out, right? What's the
True.
underlining problem is something you need to evaluate with some professional because where you're from has nothing to do how you manage the way you
Nope.
communicate with another individual on
That's
any
true.
level.
I
The
agree.
reality here is this. When you react that way, when you show that your emotional IQ is that low, you need to step way back from everybody, figure out your problem, talk to a therapist, and get that under control. Because here's why I'll say what I'm saying. If you go to work and someone interrupts your peace, you don't fly off the handle and say things you don't mean in that moment because that's how you felt. You hold that shit in and you wait
Hmm.
to the
That's
bathroom
true.
and then you let it out
That's true.
silent. So why is it okay in your relationship
For you
for
to
you
do
to
it,
then say it out loud
I
and think
agree.
that's okay? That is never okay. And where you from has nothing to do
Oh,
with your behaviors that you keep allowing to happen over and over and over
hold on.
again.
That's true.
I
I want to kind of
definitely
chime
agree.
in though, because I think in this moment, we're kind of forgetting that we also need to give each other grace because we're not going to always have it together, especially when it comes to your intimate partner. The people at your job, they can make you mad, but they're not going to make you as mad as the person that you're intimate with, your partner. So it's like, it's never okay to disrespect your partner, but at the same time it there's going to be times where they may not have said it in the best way, and then that's when y'all take a step back, come back and communicate it, and then they can take accountability for not saying it in the best way. Because I know as a woman sometimes we may notice something or not like something and we kind of hold it in a little bit, or we give little hints, but then in the heat of the moment we'll blurt it all the way out, and it may not come out in a good way. It might come out like accusatory or really kind of putting you down, but it's not that. It's just built up frustration and you just didn't know how to say it the right way because you allowed your emotions to get the best of you. So it's not always good, but you might just disrespect them a little bit when
I
you're
agree.
being impulsive. I
But
don't.
hold up,
I'm
can I
trying to
say
figure out how
something
to
with?
say it.
I want to chime
Can,
back in at that real quick.
And when you finish, I have
The
something to
one-offs,
say.
the one-offs are certainly okay. We are human, and that's where grace comes in. But where grace has to be set to a side is when the pattern continues. If you disrespected me and we've sat down and had a conversation and I told you this is how I feel and this is what I would like you not to do, and then you continue to do those things, you are now continuing to just blatantly disrespect me. It doesn't matter anymore. Grace is going to be gone. That's like saying you at work and you've gone to HR about a sexual harassment situation, but it continues. You're not going to stay there. You're going to leave that job. It's not gonna be something that you can continue to allow to happen. And that's where boundaries come in. It don't matter if you're married, you just meet that person for the first time. Grace can happen, but if you're not listening to your partner, other actions have to take place.
Oh
I
yeah, I totally agree. Can what was the question before I chime in?
Is silence during conflict healthy or toxic?
Say it again.
Is silence during a conflict healthy or toxic with your person?
I think it's healthy.
Um, I think it's healthy. The reason why I say it's healthy because I've been in a situation, or I've been in situations where, like you said, Renita, I've said things out of anger, and then I'm sitting back after everything dies down, and I'm like, oh damn, no, that was too far. So then once after you get that pattern and you realize, okay, yeah, if that made me feel some type of way, I know what I said to the person, it is worse than what I said. So sometimes I feel like learning as being an adult and being in a relationship for a long period of time, I've learned to pick my battles. It's been times where it's things that I did want to say that I said, no, I can't say that. And it's burning me to say it, but it's just the level of respect that you gotta have for a person that you say that's your husband, your boyfriend, you're in a relationship with, because the way you put out, you wouldn't want to receive that in return. So you have to learn how to be able to sometimes be quiet in certain situations to better your relationship, because it's going to be a back and forth. He's going to say something, you're going to say something, he's going to say something, and at the end of the day, your relationship will never, ever, ever be as faithful, truthful, honest with each other, because the once all of that comes, the, there's no way that you can respect him. There's no way that he can respect you. That disrespect, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you try to cover it up, in the back of that person's mind, that level of respect is gone.
Can I chime in real quick?
Sure.
So, silence isn't the same as ignoring someone, right? So if sometimes you just stay quiet so you can gather your thoughts, because as she said, sometimes you might respond too quickly, too hastily, and if you're quiet and you give it time, you might not even need to respond anymore. You might say, you know what, the juice isn't even worth the squeeze, so I'm not even going to give this argument or debate or disagreement any more fuel. You know, it is what it is. Like, just get it out of the way. I think ignoring someone is toxic, but being silent, I don't really think is toxic.
Okay, I agree with all you guys' responses. I have just a general question, yes or no. Who do you think cheat more, men or women, and who cheats better?
Women, both
Women,
women.
Women cheat more and
women,
cheat better.
women. I agree.
Chanel, why do you believe women cheat more? I believe we cheat better, but why do you believe we cheat more?
Oh, because women are more sneaky in certain instances that men are not. Like you can catch somebody cheating within a day or so, because they don't realize that once you're with somebody and one little slip up, we're females, we're watching everything, we're watching this, we're watching that, not realizing that in the back of our mind, we're waiting to see something messed up. Like, oh no, he didn't come home the way he was supposed to come home. Now we on to it. Guys don't pay attention to that. They don't, sometimes depending on what kind of man you is, they don't even know if you got your nails done or the your eyebrows done.
Mm,
So we pay
yep.
attention to little details,
So are
that
you saying we
any
cheat
little,
more and better or just better?
both, both,
I think both.
both.
I think both as well.
I agree with both.
I
I
feel
agree totally
both.
with her.
I
Yes,
think
women
I
I
do.
I
agree
think
we
we
totally,
cheat better. I
yeah.
don't know about both.
I
I
think
agree
we
we
I
better.
cheat.
think we I
I would
think
love
women
to hear
cheat better.
someone's yeah, better.
More
Can
no.
someone give
It's
me
a
their
bit of both.
perspective on how do we cheat
So
more?
I think we cheat
I got a
more.
quick thing, right?
I would love
Sorry.
So
Y'all are wilding.
Listen, hold on.
it's
Women are
Can I say something?
10
I
times
think
more in a
I was
day's time than any one man.
absolutely.
So women have the most opportunity to cheat more. Whether or not they do or don't, that's up for this debate. But certainly, women of all shapes, sizes, creed, color, whatever, are approached by men
But
at a
that doesn't
larger rate than men are
that
that,
approaching
We do
certain
not
mean
cheat more than y'all.
right.
That
That
is
doesn't
uh,
mean that we cheat
I agree.
more
We do
so
because
not
this
we're
is
cheat more. We
approached
cheat
this is the
more.
thing,
better.
right?
how
You
do
got
you
to
Mm-mm.
cheat more?
define it
You
first,
have
because
repetition.
I don't think that people don't define cheating. It varies, right? If you ask someone, well, what's cheating? And they'll say, well, entertaining someone that you know is interested in you and hiding it from your partner. Some people would think that's cheating. Some people think it's only intimacy is cheating. So you'd have to define what cheating is. Yeah.
Overall, everything.
So,
Entertain someone that
so,
likes you.
Being deceitful,
Physical,
yes.
so
everything.
outside of maybe emotional cheating, it doesn't matter what level of cheating, men do it more.
definitely not, but that's
I
okay.
don't
See,
agree. I don't agree that men do it more. I agree
I
women.
don't I don't agree with that. Now, sexual intimacy with someone, they do more. But cheat,
But we are
I'm gonna say,
emotionally
and
right.
I'm a
when a
female.
woman is in love, she
I
would
feel
not give
like
another man the time of day.
However,
No,
You'd be
that's not
surprised.
She
however,
would
You'd be
not.
when
But
we no 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 no
I can
no
see
If
that.
she gives
surprised.
no
another man the time of day, She is not in love with you, brother. She is not.
No,
I don't care
'cause
what nobody
that's not
says.
necessary.
She
That's
is
not
not.
necessarily what it
It
is
has nothing
either.
to do with whether or not you're in love or
If
not.
I'm with
It's
my
still
guy, no matter who comes along, Idris Elba, no one. No one is
You're
getting my
not.
attention
You're
once I'm
not
in
all
love with
women.
you. Nobody.
I'm with her on that one.
You're not all
yeah,
women.
Renita.
I was about
True,
to say only a small percentage of women are like that.
true. A very small group
No.
Y'all
of
are wilding.
a very small group of women is like that.
The
But
minute, the minute, the
the
minute
point,
we start feeling unheard, the minute
We
we
when we
start
step out, we
feeling
step out for a
unheard
reason.
is when we move around.
You see how that double
The
so
standard
minute
so
that we
sounds?
describe
have given
unheard.
you,
Describe
The
unheard.
can I
double
What do you mean
can I
standard is
unheard?
finish my
crazy.
thought?
Oh, hold on.
Can I
What
finish
do you
my
mean unheard?
thought? Can
Sure.
I finish my thought? All right, cool. The minute we begin to feel like it's becoming too much, we're telling you what you're supposed to do, you can't seem to get it. You can't seem to understand where I'm coming from. You don't notice my nails got done, my lashes got done, my brows got done, my hair got done. You didn't notice. We're unheard. We're not even seen anymore. Of course, we're gonna move around. Why wouldn't we? The person that we're with don't
That's
even notice that we're
that
here.
sounds
What are we here to
crazy.
do?
So
No, it
if
doesn't
It is
sound
if
crazy
crazy.
I
because
go
It
get a
doesn't sound
if
crazy
I go get a
because then
haircut,
also
if I go get a haircut and my shorty doesn't
we know
notice I
this.
get a
We
haircut,
know
it's
this.
okay to step
I
out.
promise you we know this. I promise you we know
I
this.
feel like
I don't
it
agree
That's
with that.
I
crazy.
think I
Let's
I
hear
feel like
Tamika.
once
Let
we're
Tamika
not
get a
getting
chance to
That's
talk.
me.
emotional support, I feel
That
like
too.
that
Unheard.
may
Yeah. We're out of there.
emotional support. I think when there's a lack of that, you may
Hmm.
entertain the thought, but it doesn't necessarily mean you'll step
The
out there.
sad part is you guys are
It doesn't
validating
I think
it
easier to
doesn't
leave
always
than
have
to
to
step
be
out?
physical either.
when a woman
It
cheats,
doesn't
it
it's
always have to be
right,
validated.
physical
but
That's
either.
crazy.
no.
It's
Who?
It's
not
not
No, I
validated.
don't
validating
Isn't
it.
it
believe that.
easier to
Okay?
leave
One
than to
person
step
It's
out?
talks.
we're not validating it. We're
No,
the
we're not.
question is, do we cheat more? And we're explaining what can
Why?
lead to
Right.
that.
Right.
So
That's not validating anything. We're
I
just
don't
telling you.
I'm not saying it's right. However, I think whenever a woman is not getting emotional support, I believe that there is a chance
Whatever
she
she's
may
not
step
getting
out.
from her
But it
man.
doesn't necessarily
Men
mean
cheat
there
when
are
they
also things
bored. What are we
they
talking
do.
about?
Exactly. And I also
There
feel
you
like women
go.
take longer to
Yes,
leave
we do.
the
Yes, we do.
situation as well.
Yes, we
We will
do.
stick and we'll
Yes,
give
we
it
do.
our all.
Let one
So
person speak at a time, guys. Let Tamika finish, and then we can jump back to Nikan, and then we go to Shay.
Now I'm done. So
I don't know if I necessarily agree that we cheat more.
I think we should.
But that's just my opinion.
Well, based on what Renita said, cheating of all kinds, right? Emotionally, physically, mentally, etc. Then women can possibly cheat more because if you're unhappy at home and someone's giving you attention, it may just be to you innocent conversation, but if the other person on the end believes they have an opportunity, a chance, that's why they're doing some of the things that they might do. Bring me coffee might seem light, but in his mind, he's thinking she's telling me and offloading all of the things that's happening in her relationship.
Yeah, like
Is
I got
that
a
cheating?
chance.
You might be
Is that
different.
cheating?
It could be. Listen, hear what I'm saying.
He's
It could
absolutely
be
correct.
because based on what
Go
He's
ahead.
absolutely
I'm
correct.
saying, based on what she said, what Renita said, cheating was. She said all things. So I'm
Correct.
saying because women are approached and have more temptation put before them than most men, the reality is you could be cheating not realizing you're cheating.
That
I met this guy in the club. He was cool. He thought we gonna be just friends. He's texting now. You texting. Your man finds out you texting. He goes,
that's
yo,
why I
why you
said you got
texting?
to
You
define
know
it.
what?
You got to define it.
That's it.
That's true.
I
Yeah, I
know
need you
what.
to define it because I don't know what's going on.
Hold up, I'm gonna add to CJ.
Yeah,
If I'm in a relationship, I shouldn't be giving no man my number in the club.
you shouldn't.
It
I'm
won't be
not speaking
leading
about
to
you. I'm
anything.
speaking about the women as a whole. And I'm saying there is literally a larger pool of women than there are men in
It's
general.
like
Correct.
30 to
We know.
1. So for every
Right?
30 women, you got like one dude.
Yeah.
So
You live in New York
And
City.
Listen,
that proves
the
my point even more.
statistics
It
the
depends on the
For every
statistics
context.
30
say
women,
men
there's
cheat
one
more.
dude.
The statistics say men cheat more, okay? That's what the
I just
facts
think
say.
we're better at doing
You
it.
know
That's
why the
all. I just think we're
statistics?
better.
We're better at doing it, but y'all do
Women
it
aren't
more.
better at cheating. It's
That's
just that men are okay with being the side
they
piece.
are.
Women get emotional and
No, they're
complain.
not. No, a man will leave the
No,
first
listen to
time.
what I'm saying. No,
A
you're
man will
answering the
leave the
wrong
first
thing, babe. What
time.
I'm saying is men are okay being the side piece. Meaning if you cheat with a guy, he's not going to blow up your spot. He's going to be cool getting the milk and not having the cow, right? But
Hmm.
if a guy cheats with a woman, she wants that main position. So she may blow up the spot because she wants that main position. That's why it's easier for women
That's
to
true.
cheat because hey, if I'm having sex with this chick and I got no other commitment, she got her dude at home, I'm gonna stay in my lane. I'm gonna see them out, say what up, bro, give him dap and everything. You know what I mean?
That sounds like it makes it easy for you
Oh, I
guys,
done been
men.
inside dude
It's
that had
No,
easier
drinks
for
with the
women
That
husband,
to
so
sounds
that
like
don't
cheat.
even
That's
easy
yeah.
for
true.
no.
you.
I said it's easier
That's
for
true.
women to do it because the guys that they cheat with don't say anything. Men get caught.
Yeah, they
Men
That's
get
respect
true.
caught
relationship.
because the woman.
But we're not saying
I think we're a little
who's
bit
easier
But
for
more,
that's
men or women. We're saying who cheats
women cheat
more.
more because they.
Can I chime in for
but
a minute?
also
No, they
better.
don't. No, they don't.
This is another thing, right? You could
We're not
go out
talking
with a
about
chick,
you.
right?
It's it's
You could go out with a chick and she would give a guy like a guy would ask her for her number and she'd be like, nah, 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 take my Instagram. That's worse. Like this dude now gets to see your entire life.
Y'all keep talking about how men chase women, but y'all not realizing that y'all are the
Yeah,
men
but
that
there's a
chase the
very
women.
small
So
percentage
when
of
y'all
men. A
keep
lot of men.
saying we have more opportunities because a lot of men come up to us, that's true. A lot of married men walk up to us. A lot of men in relationships walk
But
up to us. And that would be the men that are cheating on their wives and their girlfriends.
But
Men
you have to
cheat more
understand
than
a lot
women.
of men aren't a lot of
It's
men
the
aren't
truth.
even in relationships. A lot of men can't get into relationships. There are a lot of men that have no yeah,
Then
but
we're
hear
not
me
talking
out.
about
There's a
them.
huge percentage, you're talking about men, right? There's a huge percentage of men that don't have access to women. They get no play, they get no buns, they get no nothing. The small percentage of men that
over
keep
50%.
recycling the woman, they give the rest of the guys the bad name. So all of the women are just playing with the top 15% of men. 85% of
True,
men don't
10 to
have
15
access to
percent.
women because they're probably incels.
What?
It's the same 15% of dudes just on rotation. Even if you look at the DMV, there's probably like maybe 20 Nigerian dudes in DC slaying all the chicks. And they're like, oh, all these men in DC are trash. But it's like the same 15 dudes
That's
just
right.
got them on rotation. So a lot of men don't have access to women.
So the reason for that is because most of, like you mentioned, the 50 Nigerian men. So there, most of the women are going to these places, the high end places where most of these guys is gonna be. So that's why the rotation is like that. But if you look at other places like New York, forget Atlanta, these other places, but it is like CG was making a point earlier, and I totally agree with him. I don't recall the point we were making, but it's again, I would say, honestly speaking, men cheat more than women, but women get a lot of the opportunities out there because they're in the club. They do a lot of brunch. They do a lot of the lounges, whatever. And guys, single guys will go up to them, married guys will go up to them, and the moment that you exchange numbers, Instagram, like Mr. Blackman has said, you're giving them the green light to go, the open. And the moment they text you or slide into your DM and you respond, that's an opportunity right there for them to say, well, okay, well, if she is in a relationship, fiance or married, and she's responding to me, then something in this relationship is not working. So the moment that they bite on the first initial text or DM, that means an opportunity for us guys to say, well, hey, you know what? Something is wrong, let's slip in. That doesn't mean that, and this is what I'm saying, like, for me, I would think like men cheat more than women, but women do also being out there, they get a lot of the phone numbers and every single thing, opportunities to do. But once they respond, we as men will basically jump on that aspect of things.
I'm gonna
I think
add to that.
I think two real quick before we move on. I think two things. You got to consider what is cheating to you, and
Right.
then once you define that, everything is a go. At any point, if you're in a relationship as a woman and you decide that you are going to give this person hope, you've just
Yeah,
committed adultery.
even
Okay?
I agree.
accepting a drink is cheating. Why you accepting a drink from this dude?
Absolutely correct.
But
You're absolutely
I
correct.
agree.
It
I
happens. Listen, it happens all the time. Like
so
I go
if
to
so
the
if you
Renee,
if you use that
Renee and I have this
example,
conversation.
right? If you use that example,
let one
I'm
person
sorry,
speak, guys.
I'm
Let
sorry,
one
bro.
person go.
If you use
Go ahead.
if
No, you
you
go ahead,
use
Black.
the example of even a drink is cheating, women aren't offering dudes drink in the club. Let's be realistic here, right? So women cheat more based on the depth. That's why I said you got to define what cheating is, right? Cheating, if we're gonna say cheating is accepting a drink from a guy that you know is interested in you. He's not buying you a drink because you're thirsty and he's with goodwill. He's buying it because he's trying to get in there. And just accepting that drink is out of pocket. So
You're
I agree.
giving them hope. You're giving them
so
hope. Once
Yeah,
there's hope,
if you're in
there's
a
a
relationship,
once there's hope, you have the ability to
yeah.
get in there.
Sharks smell
Men
blood.
will wait. years. Men will wait
all the time.
years to get you.
That's true.
Years.
I agree.
So if you're
I
listen, if you're not saying nothing other than no or talk to my man, you are in some realm of cheating. Like,
I,
so I'm gonna add
I,
to that.
hold on a second.
Can
Believe
and this
hold
for the
on a
men.
second. Renita, hold on a
Okay.
second. And trust me, 9 out of 10 times, as guys, when you go to the club and you offer a female a drink, they'll accept the drink. And
No,
once,
well, not me.
well, I said 9 out of 10.
Nine out of ten.
Maybe you're the one. Again, you and I haven't been in the club, so I don't know. But I'm saying 9 out of 10 times in Orlando, they would accept the drink, whether it's New York, no matter where you're at. And the moment you open that door, the opportunity is there. Listen, they'll take the opportunity. Like one of the guys said, sharks smell blood in the water.
I
Yeah.
agree. I definitely agree. I want to also add to that same question. Being in a relationship with your woman, and this is for the men, is she allowed to have male friends? Whether they came before you or after, is she allowed to have male friends?
if they was before
There
me,
should be no male
yes.
friends after
But
me.
after
Yeah.
us, after me,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
Hey, you ain't
Now,
gonna meet a dude
now
and
we
tell me you met
we have
somebody at
to
the
get.
coffee shop and y'all friends now, and you cool and he try to hit. Like, how you want me to do that Starbucks and he buy you macchiatos every morning
This
because
is
he your
my
friend?
thing.
Nah, that
The
ain't
only
happening.
time you could have a male friend is if there was never intimacy. Don't tell me y'all used to date and now y'all friends. None of that. He must not know what your insides
Mm,
feel like. He must not know what your lips feel
You,
like. He must not know nothing about you other than what you smell like. And he has to be before.
I'm gonna say this. I don't agree with that, and the reason I don't agree with that. One of my best friends over 20 years was somebody I dated, and if you ever see our interaction, and I'm closer with her brothers, her sisters, everybody in the family than I am with her at this point. And if you ever see us around each other, it's never a thing like,
If
yo,
that's my if
what's up
that's
with
my
you and
girl,
dude? Like
you
y'all
can't
used to
be a
mess
friend no
around.
more.
Like,
You gotta.
why
I'm.
not? Why not?
It's
We
a
have a better
preference, though.
friendship after than we
I,
did
I
during.
I
It didn't
get it.
work, and
I
you know
get
what I
it. But
mean.
out of respect for the relationship, okay, friendships don't go anywhere. So even if I'm a temporary dude, y'all are gonna be friends if we break up, right? Because y'all not ending on bad terms. But out of respect, me personally, my preference, right? If you used to fuck with somebody, yeah, unless y'all, even if it had to be like elementary school or some shit, like y'all kissed under the stairs or something. Like, no, I'm good.
I mean, that's just my
Yeah, yeah, no,
personal
you
opinion. I
good.
don't agree
You
with it
good. I'm not
because
knocking it.
I mean, because
I think it depends on the relationship.
I have females that I have been intimate with. It didn't work, but like I said, we done, been cool. I got even down to not all of them that you talk to. You might got some that you check on here and there, or things happen, and it's life. They don't pick up the phone and they don't call you every day. Y'all ain't going grab it hitting happy hours, but y'all still got some sort of friendship, whether they together with somebody, and if they and if that dude asks him like, "Yo, you mess with dude," that's up to her whether she tell him. I mean, if they got to open their arms relationship, like, "Yo, we messed around," but I ain't coming over. And like for some of them, you ain't coming over the house and having drinks. But other ones that y'all may build a strong bond at. It was
What
like I said, one of
what
my
you
best
calling a
friends,
friend though?
and this is 2000.
A friend.
I got a
Y'all gotta
question for
put that
Javon.
strong
Yeah,
bond
yeah,
on
that
pause
a
though
strong bond.
when you're in a
And,
relationship because I've
and
had guy friends, best friends that if they come to me and they girl not feeling me, then you don't need to be over here. You don't need to be calling me. You don't need to be texting me. I'll be there if y'all don't work out. But in this relationship, you're going to respect your partner
I
more
got a
than
question for
anything
Javon.
because my our friendship, a friendship for me ain't that important where I would make you choose between me being friends with me and your girl. Like I would never make
You
you do
know,
that
you know, so funny.
because
You can't say friendship and we cool is different. I'm cool with a lot of people. We ain't friends. You know what I'm saying? Like people throw out that friendship thing. I'm not talking about you and your situation, Javon. I'm just saying in general. Um, People use that thing like, yo, me and my ex are still friends. Are y'all just friends or y'all just cool? Meaning if you see them in public, it's hey, what's up? But I'm not really calling to check on you. Why do I need to check on you? Like, for what?
yeah, my
I,
man not
can I,
checking on nobody, and that's just how it's gonna be. I mean, if that's your friend of 20 years, she'll respect your
No hard
relationship
feelings.
and making me more comfortable than anything.
I mean,
I
I'm
I'm
never
think
gonna
sorry.
choose if I'm single, but if I'm in a relationship, I'm never choosing another woman over my woman. Never, ever. I don't care if it's somebody that I never slept with. If she say, "Yo, I ain't comfortable," you get what I'm saying? at the end of the day, I got a friend. Like I'm 45. We've been friends for like 40 years. Like she grew up like, but we're more like family than friends. I would. That's somebody I would never let a woman pick over anybody. Like I said, I mean that's more family than anything.
Listen,
So
to
I
be
could
honest
never
with
see a
you,
But
woman
if
saying
she
like
really your
I don't.
friend, she'll respect your relationship more than
That
anything.
part.
She,
absolutely,
but again, like
absolutely.
I said, I mean,
So,
that's family.
so
If
I,
I've been friends with somebody for 40 years, y'all family. Y'all not even friends. And if any woman that ever came to me and said, yo, I ain't cool with you and Tamika being friends, I don't like that friendship. Man, this girl never slept out. We never
Oh,
done anything. We don't even look
that's
at each other like
different.
that. So if my
Well,
woman
that's
tell me she
Yeah.
ain't cool
different,
with
That,
her,
though.
you ain't
That's
cool with
different.
me because that's like
no,
telling me
no,
you ain't
but
cool with my
that's
sister.
different. That's what I'm saying. We could be friends if there was never any intimacy. Intimacy. That's different. I have friends that I'm a nurse. So I went to nursing school. A lot of my friends are females from school. No intimacy, no nothing. That's cool. But if we dated, that's disrespectful to my girl, man. Very disrespectful.
And it just depends on your partner. Not everybody's going to trip about your opposite sex friend. You know what I'm saying? There has to be boundaries set in place of that friendship or whatever if your partner's cool with it. If not, then you can kind of like put your partner's feelings first, honestly. That's
It's
just
always
a
gotta be
part.
it's
I'm going
it's
back
always
to
I,
gotta be
I think
boundaries because ain't nobody calling my phone at 1 o'clock in the morning, male or female, and
that was
Yeah.
a female we
the
sitting on. I
whole
don't care. We ain't
Well,
never
of course,
touching.
we're gonna
I'm talking to
establish
you on the
the
phone at 1 in the
boundary.
morning, and I got a girl. That ain't happening.
But I think one of the I think the main question here is like to ask some of the females what percentage of your male friends that you think are truly male friends, or they're just waiting for the opportunity to basically smash. I think
What
that's
he
one of the
That
saying?
questions
part.
because I think that's
What
key
he
That part.
because
saying?
a lot of times you say exactly like I have good male friends, but let's say there's an opportunity between you and your partner, and you go to your male best friend, right? That emotional aspect of things get involved. Where do you think it's gonna end up?
But
To be honest.
I want to say something on that. I'm gonna say this because all right, I got a friend like that, right? For me, I have a lot of female friends. Like I'm cool. I like it's just who I am. So I got a friend. I met her about 17 years ago, right? And I met her on some hey, what's up? It never worked out. Like, but we became friends. And I don't care if she called me and was like, yo, I need to talk and this, that. I could never see myself smashing her because I cherished that relationship, that friendship too much. So I don't care if it was like whatever she was going through and she like, yo, we always been friends, but I think that, no, we could never go there because, like, if it don't work with us, I don't want to lose you as that friend. I
No, I
respect our
understand.
friendship too much to do that.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I'm asking the females and that aspect in that in general.
They
I
all
see Shay
blushing.
is
They all
laughing, so I
blushing, bro, because they know. They
Shay
are.
is blushing. I don't
I
have
can
to go any
answer
further
that.
with
I
Shay
can
because Shay
chime
is
in
I
on
didn't
blushing.
this
blush.
one.
Shay is
I
blushing.
didn't
So
blush.
that
I
was
can
a
chime
I
in.
understand Javon what he's saying in reference to that. I get it. But on the flip side, right? What percentage of your male friends do you think? Let's say even if you have one or
A
two
very low
friends,
percent.
huh?
Yeah,
But I don't
Mm-hmm.
I
consider
agree
them
with
friends
Shay. A
though.
very
I
low
don't
percentage.
consider them friends.
But
That's not a friend to me.
but you don't know because listen again. Everything could be camouflage. You don't know. You could think, well, basically, here's the opportunity. It's a good, great friend. I can go to him, and 9 out of 10 times it could be an opportunity. The person have always have feelings for you, and they were just waiting for the opportunity to to slide, to
We're
slide.
not mind
No,
readers.
he
We're not
wasn't her
going to know
friend.
that.
He was plotting. He wasn't a friend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He
Listen,
wasn't
Can
a
I
I
friend. A
agree.
friend ain't he was plotting.
let
listen.
me answer what the two Javon is saying, right? I have a ton of female friends. Once I get in a relationship, I go with all my female friends for the sake of relationship. And I tell them too, I was like, listen, if you ever have a boyfriend, don't call me, don't communicate with me. So that's something I just put out there, like at the beginning of our friendship.
That's
No, I have a lot of
respectful.
female friends. I can't. Yeah, that's respectful. I
No, it's
can't.
I
not.
have a lot of male friends
I have
too.
a lot of
I
female
do
friends.
want to add to Selwyn. I have a lot of male friends. So I've been knowing you forever. You're my mentor and my best friend. And I do know there's some friendships, my guy friends, that I literally know that don't want me that way. Small percentage, very small. However, the others that I do know like me, I won't consider them my friend. And if my man don't like it and I can't speak to them, I'm not talking to them. It's period. Period. If I'm
I'm
in a
not
relationship, I'm in a
introducing
relationship.
I don't.
as a friend of mine to my man if I feel like they have even a small percent of
Correct. I
attraction to me.
agree. I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? Like it's one thing to say that I like somebody's cute or something like that. But it's another thing when you really kind of attracted to him. So if I feel like a friend is attracted to me, they're not my friend, especially while I'm in a relationship. Because I need real friends. Because, like y'all said, y'all be waiting for years and be on a prowl, and we done caught on to that. Because a couple of people they friends thinking that their friend would never do them a certain way, and then they have that experience with their friend and it just ruins it for people for dating your friend.
I have
Well,
a
So
question just for the ladies.
I don't have male friends, so
And
Me either. So
I mean,
that's why I'm
I
quiet.
do, but
I don't.
if my man don't like it, then it's a wrap. Period. Point blank. Period. We're not gonna question it. However, I just have a question for the ladies. Does love language matter?
Yes,
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 I think that's made up
absolutely.
for.
Why?
100%.
Why? Why does that play a big role in your relationship?
Because it makes me happy. Like I feel like if you're in a relationship, we're supposed to be learning one another to the point that we understand what makes us happy. We know what makes us. We should know what makes us tick, what makes us happy, what makes us sad. That's the point of being in a relationship with someone, right? So a big part of that, say my love language is touch. I need you to touch me because you know that that's gonna soothe me, calm me. You're supposed to know my triggers and or my whatever. So yeah, I think it's extremely important. If my guy's love language is touch, then guess what? Guess what? I know when I come home, I better go sit in his lap. It is what it is. So I mean, what's the point of being in a relationship if we're not supposed to be trying to make one another happy? I'm confused. That's just
And
me.
I have a question specifically for LaDon and Shay. Also, Nikon, you can chime in.
Mm-hmm.
Should couples live together before marriage? Why and why not?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could sway both ways with that. With me, I lived together with my husband before marriage. Not long. Um, it was awful, awful, awful. That shit was terrifying, terrible. And now I live alone again, and I love it here. Love it here.
Hmm.
And
Say that
and he
again.
wants you love it here. And he wants to do it again, and I don't want to. And I'm okay. We're going to meet you at your house, and you can meet me at mine. But we this right here, that's a dub. It's not for everyone. You understand what I'm saying? We tried it.
Right.
We tried it. It's not for everyone. I like my shit. I like my space. I like my this. I like my that. Yeah, it was awful. Okay, and I still married him,
What
and now
about
we don't
you,
even
LaDon?
live together and still married. So hey, I don't even understand.
How
That's
is
me
that
though. That's
working?
my
What about
sauce.
So,
you, LaDon?
Huh?
so me and my fiance moved together in July, and then we moved in together in July, and then got engaged in August. So we are currently living together. I think it's a good thing. We haven't had any problems. I mean, I don't see why not. I think it's a good chance to kind of test out living, being together a whole bunch. Because when you're dating each other, you only see each other. It's easy to be your best self for a couple hours and then go back to your respective houses and then be on your way. But then when you live together, you can't really get away. So you have to deal with everything, the good, the bad, me being angry in the morning, him being upset at night. Like, you have to see everything. And I think it's kind of a good trial.
I agree. What about you, Shay? You're newly married, so what about you?
Me, I think that you should have your own space.
Yes.
I mean, I don't, you can come over for a couple days or whatever like that. We can do that. We can spend a night at each other's house and primarily be at one person's house. But before marriage, I think y'all should kind of like have your own space because once you do get married, there's no more of that.
I'm gonna ask one of the guys to
Yeah.
chime in. Let me hear your thought process on that.
I
I don't know.
actually
For me,
think
I can't marry somebody I don't live with. I need to know your habits. I need to know what it's like, and you know what I mean, what's going on. Because you know, like you say, I come over a day or two. That's one person, but the person I'm actually got to wake up to, I need to know who I'm waking up to every night. You know what I mean? Let's be real. 90% of relationships, y'all move in with each other within months. So, especially if y'all decide that y'all gonna be together. I don't know too many people that just decide that you. And then not to mention if y'all trying to build something, why y'all paying rent and mortgage or whatever y'all doing on two different households? You know what I mean? Like, we trying to build and we trying to see next level. You know what I mean? Let's get rid of this, lower some of these bills out here. You know, and especially with marriage, if you know what I mean, you trying to buy a house, you trying to do whatever. You know, y'all coexist in the same place. You know, so y'all can get y'all money to get y'all money up. But you know, I'm paying 2 grand over here. You paying 25 over here. That's 4,500. Okay, we just paid 2,500 and put the other two towards the bills.
That's if we're
Why
both
it
on the
don't
same
make
page.
that for me? It don't make sense.
That's if we're both on the
Does
same
another
page.
guy want to chime in? I want another guy
I
perspective on
agree with
that.
Javon.
to me, I think it makes sense to learn to live together first because you get to learn each other and see if that's what you really want. If you really want to be with that person, to live with that person, because that's the person you're going to spend your entire life with. So you should live together with them first, so you get the opportunity to learn them, so you could decide from
Why
there.
Peter laughing at me?
No,
I
Is
see
that
Peter.
say?
I'm laughing.
Absolutely.
No,
Y'all.
no, I'm laughing. Not at you, but I'm laughing because all of the guys are like, yeah, we should live together, but the girls are like,
No, no.
the girl, the girls
I
are
have a
like,
challenge for
I
that.
No,
need
I
my
Because
space.
agree. I
I
agree
need my
with you,
space.
the men, though. I agree
Hey,
with the
guys,
men.
what
Like,
happened?
there's a
No,
huge
I agree with the
there's
men.
a
Like, I'm
I
gonna
agree
live
with the
with
men.
you
I want to know what
because,
I'm dealing with before marriage, so I can know if this is
yeah,
something I
if
want to
we
go
can't
for.
even live together, then
So
why
that's
are
I
we even getting married, man? Like, we don't even need to be married.
Hold
yeah.
on, hold on. Let her say.
Oh,
exactly
y'all stop it.
exactly exactly. This
Everybody
is why this
stop it.
I
Everybody
want to hear
stop it.
Cell's thoughts.
so
let's hear
exactly.
Selwyn point of view for a second, Con.
So
Yes.
there's this is why there's a reason why people say, come see me and come live with me is totally two different things, right? Because you have to know who you're gonna be living with for
Mm-hmm.
longevity,
Mm-hmm.
or until divorce or until separation, whatever it is. Because a lot of times, I think what happens, we rush into the whole aspect of moving in. And I do understand Javon's point in reference, this person is paying this and this person is paying that. If, let's say, either party is moving with one or the other, right, and it doesn't work out within a month, you still have to go back and still pay the difference, right? You still be doing that. So you still have to, I think you give yourself some time, some space,
Mm-hmm.
learn each other, learn the people what their likes and dislikes are. People are very funny in reference to, maybe I like my cup this way, in the sink I like this done. And so you have to understand your partner first before making that step to jump into a situation where you guys are living together. Because once you move in, it's gonna be, well, you know what? I'm enjoying my space. I used to enjoy my space. Now it's so crumbled. I don't want to have all these people. It's so move, live with that person first. Understand their likes and their dislikes, and they'll understand yours as well before you decide to make that move. I think it should not be something that you jump into 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I think 6 months
so this,
and forward
this is my
makes a
thing,
lot of
right?
sense.
If you're not trying to even live with me, let's not get married. Let's just keep fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, we
Right.
don't even need to get
I
married.
agree.
If moving in with me or us moving in together is not something that you want to do, then maybe marriage isn't for that person, which is fine because it's not for everybody. But I think if we're together and
Right.
the goal is to be married, moving in together should be like, hey, who has the
Easy.
better place? Who lives in a better place? Okay, when is your lease up? This is when my lease is up. Okay, you move in here, and then because we're gonna be living together, we're gonna be married in two separate places, and marriage isn't just automatically gonna mean we like each other more now because we're married. It's harder to get out of marriage than to get out of a lease.
And I think people that live
Okay.
together
Time out.
before marriage, I think they last longer too in a relationship.
Yeah, of course, of
What?
course.
I'm sorry. Hello. Is it my turn
You
yet?
might be the
Okay, go.
exception of the rules. I apologize for saying that. But if you live with
Maybe.
your,
What?
if you live,
Okay.
I live
For
with my
those of you
ex-wife
who
for
don't
3 years
know,
and we was married for 18 years. So I think it is what it
for
is.
those of you who don't know, okay, how long have I been with my husband without being married to him? 15 years, okay? I swear to everything I love, that motherfucker switched like a leaf when we moved in. I had never even been yelled at by this man until I moved in. I've never been disrespected by him
Wait,
until I
pause.
moved in.
So
The
you was
shit was
with
the
him
So, so,
absolute
15 years
worst.
before
Yeah.
y'all.
And we
you
ended up
Let
mentioned
her
together.
finish.
It
Let
was
her
beautiful.
finish.
We had 15 years. I mean, what
Hmm.
now makes 18. Now makes 18. But 15 years. And we moved in because, of course, I grew up in a family where I grew up with a Christian background, meaning that mom and dad were married before children, all that stuff. I don't have outside siblings. Mom and dad had us, and that was it. Mom and dad are still married 40 years later. You understand? That's how I grew up. I grew up knowing to be a wife. You're not supposed to live with your husband before that, this, da 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 da. Boom, did it that way. It was the worst. If I am broken, it's because of this man. Understand that. I would never, in my natural born life now, live with a man. Them niggas is
But
weird. I
that's only
think men
one
are
experience
weird.
though. So
I
why would
think
you
men are
make that
weird.
one experience
Okay?
your whole, like,
You're weird. Okay? Y'all don't know what y'all want when y'all
Wow.
want.
So
Out of
you're
one
basically
relationship,
like
you're gonna put all
traumatized.
men in one category.
I'm
Out of one
traumatized.
relationship,
Yes,
Oh,
well, you need to go
stop.
see
yes,
a you need
yes.
to go. You need to see cancer.
I did that. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. Been there,
And you
done it.
still not okay.
Done that. Nope, not okay. Nope. Go home.
You're not
I'll come
done,
see you at your
sweetie.
house. Get me a Uber. Go home. Go to your house. I'll see you over there.
Wow.
They ain't coming to mine either. Go home. We're not doing
Hey,
it.
Go,
No,
Roger.
y'all might as
So
well do
don't
it
no,
you
in the
don't you
car,
think if
keep
you
it,
were
no.
and
living
then
with
So,
them
y'all
for
just
so,
get
so,
each other and
can
go
I ask a
home.
question real quick?
But
Can I ask a
maybe
question?
maybe it is that I ain't met the right man either. I maybe need to meet a
Yeah. So
man,
that's what
that maybe might change my mind. But I ain't met
my
him yet.
question is, right?
So I'ma sit pretty.
So we heard what he did wrong. So what did you do wrong in that relationship?
Renita, what did I do
Nothing.
wrong? Tell him. I don't know. What didn't I don't know. I was a wife.
No, I'm not
That's
asking
what I did
Renita. I'm
wrong.
asking you, sweetie, because I don't know. I don't
What
know.
That's
did
the
I do
We
wrong?
heard
exactly
what
what
the
Renee.
Okay,
man did
okay, I
wrong.
got you. I got you.
What did you do
I'm
wrong
gonna
in the
answer. I'm gonna
relationship?
answer. I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna answer. All right. What did I do wrong? I started cussing that nigga right the fuck back. I'm gonna tell you that's exactly what I did wrong. Okay, the minute I showed that man the same ass he showed me is what I did wrong. You hear me? Because when I'm telling you, I heard what y'all was saying earlier, about going to sleep angry and all that stuff like that. And those were things I used to do all the time. I tried to talk about it, I tried to communicate, I tried to do all these things in that order before I got upset. You understand? I tried to do things like walk away. I tried to do things like leave the house, let it give it some time. I did all of that. Still got cussed out.
I think
Didn't
you
matter
just
what I
didn't
did,
have
still got
a
cussed out.
good partner.
I
That
can
part.
tell you what
Oh,
you did wrong in the
boy.
car. I can
What did
answer
I
that
do wrong?
question for
So,
you.
so let me
Please answer.
no,
Yes,
hold on a second.
we
Let
need
me
an
I
ask
answer.
felt
hold on a second. Let me ask you a question. So you did this
Yes,
guy for 15, 16 years, and you've
yes.
never seen any sign of him, any
No red
traits like
flags.
that until you guys got together. No red
No,
flags at all.
no.
For
And
Until
15
you
look,
moved
years,
and
in.
look.
man,
Hear me out.
he
Hear me
doing
That's
out.
just
high
their
stuff.
that's their argument though.
hold on,
Hear
one
me
at a
out.
time,
That
guys.
helps their argument.
One
Hear me
second.
out. Hear
If
me out. Hear me
hold on a
out.
second.
Hold on,
How
Nick.
you
Hold on, Nick.
before marriage, you will see red flags.
You
So
would
they're
ignoring
blinded
them,
by them.
ignoring
You
them,
guys,
right?
and again, I wasn't in the relationship. I don't know. I just have to listen to just your side of the story.
Exactly.
And
Right.
obviously, my question is to you: is you had to see these red flags. 15 years is not a short; is a very long period of time.
Very long time, yeah.
Hey, can I
You're
chime
right.
in on
I
something?
agree. I
That's a
agree. But
decade
hear
and
Can
a
I
me
half.
out.
chime in on
I
something?
agree. But hear
You
me out.
you said you,
I'm gonna answer his
Hmm.
question. Hear me out. Did I see red flags? No. Renita was somebody we grew up with him. We both was together from the time I met this man. So Renita used to hang with us too. Renita, I'm telling y'all, it could be that there weren't
I
red
can
flags
I
because I used
can
to go
chime in on
home.
that. I can give a brief chime in on that. I think for the on and off of the 18 years, no. When before they got married, there were no red flags, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Telling you,
Before they got married, he was up. The money was flowing. The money was amazing. So there was no issue there. But what
he was
happened
never
from
mad.
my perspective, what happened was when he got down and
When
she
he felt,
stepped in, I think
hmm
he
Mm,
felt less of a man that this is my job. Why are you doing this? And that's where the conflict became.
that makes sense.
That's where the issue lies.
okay,
He felt like
and
as a
then
Okay,
man,
so
I
basically,
should be the
it's
provider.
more of
I should
it's
be doing
ego.
this. But the
Yes,
moment
the
she
ego
stepped
strong.
in, like, hey,
I
you
was
know
a
what?
That
I
makes
got
wife.
your
sense.
back. I
That's
can
why I
help
said I
you.
was a wife.
He didn't like that. So that's when the disrespect started because now she's the breadwinner.
Yeah.
She's
Mhm.
doing the most. She's helping with the business. She's helping
Mhm.
keeping things afloat.
Mhm.
And I felt like that's where the
Mhm.
disrespect came in. He felt less
He's
of
a
Yes.
a
lucky
Not
guy.
on
man.
my part.
So he
Very lucky
didn't
guy.
want
Not on my
he didn't
part.
want a wife. He wanted a
I wish I
He
could
a
say
didn't
living
want her
girlfriend.
help. He wanted to be
He
But
the
look,
didn't
can I say
provider. And unfortunately, he
but
wasn't
he
in a
didn't want
position
a
anymore.
wife. He
now?
didn't
Now
want a
that we
He
wife
know
still
all
for
the
him.
want. I
red
He
think
wanted
his
a
flags,
long
definition
term
of a
girlfriend.
wife was very different when it came down to needing his wife.
it's
Because
not a
for me, I'm gonna answer this. If my man is the breadwinner and I never had to pull out my wallet before, in my head, I am saving. I'm saving all the money I
Right.
don't have to spend. If one
Right.
day this man falls short, I'm supposed to. Well, I will step up and be like, babe, I got you. I
As the
got this.
wife.
I can
Right.
pay the mortgage for the
That's
next
what I
six
I
do.
months.
agree with
I
Chanel.
can do that.
He didn't want a wife because a
But he
wife is for
didn't
better
want
or for
that.
worse.
And
Right.
that's where the
But he
issue
He didn't want a
didn't
lies.
wife.
know what it took to marry into being a husband and a wife because when things fall short, like you said, he was the breadwinner and
Correct.
you whatever happened, you became the primary breadwinner.
Correct. Correct. And that's where I saw
Sometimes
the
Right.
issue.
so he didn't
but
understand.
that's what I'm saying. He never wanted a wife because that's what happens
No,
when
no, no.
you get sick. Listen,
Hold
listen,
on.
listen,
It's not
listen,
that he
listen,
didn't want a
listen.
wife. He doesn't understand the rules of marriage. He
That's what I'm
wanted a wife.
saying.
No, but you
He
said he didn't
can't
want a
want a
wife. He
wife,
just
but you
understands
can't
the
want a
rules
wife
of
if you don't
marriage. The
know how
rules
to. That's
no, no, the rules
that
of
don't make
marriage.
sense.
If hold on a second, the rules when you're married into a relationship, the rules of marriage is like okay, like Nikon was saying when he I don't know fell off or whatever the situation, whatever they were saying, she stepped up
Yeah.
as a
Correct.
wife is
Right.
supposed
Correct.
to do. Apparently,
Right.
that hurt his ego,
Correct.
but
Right.
it should not have hurt his ego. He should say, well, okay, this is what my wife's supposed to do until I step back up.
This is what that,
Correct.
but that's where
One
that's
second,
where
hear
I
me out.
come in.
What Renita was saying as well, she's 100% correct. Not every female today operates like what she just says. Like, if my man is making it and I'm saving, most of
Right.
them don't do that. I speak out of
Right.
experience because
Right.
Renita knows me very well. These are the things that basically you can speak on. Not every female will do the same thing that maybe Renita would do, Nikon would do,
Right.
Chanel would do, and another female on the cast would do. A lot of times they just basically say, well, okay, you know what? My man is doing this, whatever. Nikon did. I know it hurt. Maybe how speaking on the place of hurt. She stepped
Yes.
up as a wife, what a wife's supposed to do. He just couldn't
Exactly.
understand it. I'm saying he tried to put ego in front of it. I don't know the guy, but I'm saying he's put ego in front of it. You can't
Yes.
do that because listen, one hand washes the other. In
Yes.
business, in relationships, in
Partnership.
every single thing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my business partner, if we're hustling together, like I said, a lot of times, and I hustle in New York and Atlanta. The aspect of it is like, I can't be in both places. My business
Hmm.
partner got to be in one or the other place. So that's basically
Hmm.
what it is. So it says marriage is like basically a business
It's a
relationship.
partnership. Yeah, it's a partnership. And so,
Yeah.
Abdul, was it you who asked me what
I,
I did wrong? That's what
I
I did wrong.
apologize,
I was a wife. No, you're
because I just
fine. No,
wanted
no,
to
no,
know the
you're fine. You're
background.
fine. You're,
No, I apologize.
of
No,
course. And this is
I
what this
I don't
podcast
want
is
no
about.
smoke. Yeah, so I just wanted to know
No,
because
you don't have no
I don't
smoke.
want you coming
There's
after
no
me and be
smoke.
like, Abdul,
But
you
no,
attacked me in the
no,
podcast
no, no,
today. And so I apologize for coming
no,
at you
not at all.
sideways.
Not at all. But no,
Now
but
that we
you
got
asked
the
the question.
What?
background,
You asked me what I did.
and I'm glad you went to
I was
therapy,
a
but don't
wife.
allow
That's what
that.
I did.
Do not allow that to like define
I want to
all
move on to
men.
the next question, guys. I want to move on to the next question.
Sorry,
No,
sorry,
one more
sorry.
thing. The only thing I would say here is that do not let that
Yeah, one
one situation
relationship,
that
yeah,
Yes.
define all men because
other
she's talking about
relationships
all
with men.
men. Like
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
don't do
Yeah.
that. Like
Okay.
that's not good. That's not a good look for us men that are not like him.
It's not a
Right.
good look for her either because she's been missing a great opportunity because she's a beautiful woman.
Exactly. That's true
So you
too.
Thank
don't want to
you.
do
That's
that.
true. What he's saying is true. What Sas's saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Go
Thank
I
you.
ahead.
do want to move on to the next question, guys.
Sorry,
Better
sorry.
really
Is
know.
it okay to stay in a relationship just for the kids?
No.
Hell no, fuck them
No.
kids.
No. That's
He
a
right though. He right.
nah. Don't fuck the
Nah, fuck
kids.
them
No,
kids.
don't fuck the kids. But it's a
Right.
no. For me, it's a no. I did that for 2 years.
So
I did that for
absolutely
It
2 years,
not.
depends.
knowing that the relationship was done. So I would
It
advise
de- it
anyone
depends.
that
Right.
have not done yet not to do it.
One person at a time, guys. Let one person speak.
Yeah, because I agree with Black man.
It
It
depends.
depends.
It depends.
Um,
And what does it
well,
depend on?
it depends
Elaborate.
on why the relationship is failing. If it's for abuse or some shit like that, then definitely no. But if it's something that can be fixed, like just maybe difference of opinions or something, I believe that the best thing you could give your kids is a two-parent home. Um,
That's
Happy
true.
parents, right? So, but at the same time, a lot of the situations that people kind of leave for are things that can be fixed. If it's not like abuse or infidelity or something like that, then you guys better work it out. But that's why I said it depends. I wouldn't just say leave, but you gotta, at least try to make it work.
You
Peter,
could try to make it work, but I think staying in an unhappy marriage for the kids, I think it does more damage than good, or
That's
more
true.
harm than good.
That's true.
But like, yeah, you just have to make sure that something because it's gonna be very toxic. And I don't like to use the word. Honestly speaking, I'd hardly use this word toxic because again, this is the word that came about. I think so much in the last four
Like 10
years
years
around
or less,
pandemic or whatever.
yes.
But you know, yeah, I don't. But I think that it does more harm than good. You staying in a relationship just for the
I
the sake
know,
of
but
the kid.
I think you should
go ahead,
always
love. Go ahead.
I think you should always fight for your relationship if you have kids in it instead of just throwing it by the wayside. You should take all avenues on fixing and repairing the relationship if you have kids in it. Um, always try for if you have kids, you should always try. As far as staying in the relationship, like if you already did everything that you can do and y'all still are not getting any better, as far as staying for the kids, you're not doing them no favor. I know people say that the best thing you could give your kids is a two-parent household, but if that household is toxic, if it is a bad environment, it's not going to be the best thing for the kids.
I want to jump in.
I
Can
agree.
Um,
I
I
think
jump in?
most
try and work and
But
Can
this,
I jump in?
go ahead, bro.
Sorry.
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think most people
Can I jump in?
say
Can I
just out
jump
of
in?
guilt,
Can I
though,
jump
out
in?
of guilt. Yeah,
Can I
go ahead,
jump in?
CJ.
All right.
Yeah,
It ain't about.
Yes, Morgan. Morgan, I'm busy.
It's not about a two-parent household at all. Because
Okay,
you can have
mommy
a
coming
two-parent
just now. I'm
household.
busy.
You can have a two-parent household, and you're still not giving each other anything, which is affecting the kids. Two kids need two emotional, stable adults
True.
helping them at the end of the day. It don't
that is
matter how far or how close or in the same home, because statistically, most people are raised by one parent in this country, especially the
that is
black
correct.
community.
That is correct.
So when you have two parents, what you need is two emotionally stable adults to raise children, no matter if they're in the same household or
Stability and
not.
security. Stability and security.
That's it. Kids want to know mom and dad both love me equally. Kids want to know that they love each other, even if they don't love each other. They show that they love each other, so that they can grow up loving each other.
True.
Can I chime in again as well?
Yeah, please jump in.
In a marriage, you're always going to have cycles where you may not be at your best, right? And it's okay for your kids to see that as well. You know what I'm saying? If they see y'all in necessarily maybe a toxic season, that's not the end of the world. That's two human beings being human beings in a relationship, So if you're having a toxic season, I think that you should, stay for the kids. Y'all can work through that. If you have a toxic marriage, a toxic relationship, that's where staying for the kids does nothing for anybody. A
What would you
kid can
consider
see you
toxic?
have a toxic season,
What would you
and that's
consider
fine.
a toxic season?
There might be just a time where y'all just aren't seeing eye to eye. Y'all are, fussing a little bit more than usual, or
Temporary.
just a little, yeah, or it's just a little friction there where
So this is
But
this is
most most toxic most toxicity
this
doesn't be
this
seasonal though.
this is my
Let's be
my
honest.
thing, right? If two people have a kid and they decide, we're not happy and they split, splitting isn't going to make them happy all of a sudden. So they're still both going to be unhappy,
The kids.
separated or together. But now you're involving other people now, right? Because every person that each parent dates, the kids date, right? Each breakup that that parent has, the kid possibly has. So it's not like parents are terrible together and then they separate and then they become the best of friends, right? If they're toxic together, most likely they'll probably be toxic apart. So they're going to be toxically
Hmm.
co-parenting. So I would still rather people stay together and try to fight for it, try to make it work because a lot of people just kind of walk away.
Two people can't. You gotta listen. I think we're missing a big thing. Emotional stability is very real. If your emotions are not stable, it don't matter if you're separate, together, you're gonna have the same
Absolutely correct.
turmoil and the same toxicity.
But
You
that's
Yes.
why
have
you
to
got to go to
think
therapy.
of
That's
it.
why I said you got to get the help. People
Yeah.
just run. People say, "Listen, I'm not dealing with this
It's
shit.
it's
you should
tough.
I'm
try
out."
everything. When you have kids, you should 100% try
Yeah,
all avenues. That's
How
we can
many
agree
how
with
many
that.
people
But then it's like when all avenues have been tried, then what do we do?
I
See, I don't believe in that. If you tried all avenues and nothing worked, it's still you. It's still you. You're still the problem. If you've tried every avenue and nothing's worked, it's still you. And that can be you just refuse to receive what avenue
that's
you've
true.
traveled that can help you.
Especially
Toxicity is not something that you
especially
just
if one of the
fall into. It's something you build over
Yeah,
time.
that is
So what
correct.
do you suggest you do once you try all avenues?
Then you might
pe-
need to go away
people
and seek
people
more
need to
help. But it's not
choose
something
parents
that,
of their kids
yeah,
better.
it's not
One at
something
a time, guys.
sorry. It's
That's
if
true.
you've tried all avenues, whatever those all avenues are, and you're still not better, then go try some more avenues. Because the reality here is if your emotions don't become stable, you're unhinged. That means you're willing and able to do anything that will eventually be a disruptor, not only to yourself but to your kids.
So what do you suggest you do as far as the relationship aspect though?
Sometimes you might have to move away. Go. You might have to go your separate ways. That's okay. That's okay. Keep it. Listen.
See,
Hold
I
on.
agree with that. That's what I'm saying. If you've tried all avenues, you have kids, you tried all avenues, y'all have done the counseling, y'all have done, going back on date nights, and for whatever reason it's that, then yeah, like you said, it's probably each individual. And at that point, they should go their separate ways. They're just not,
Yeah, you find a way to co-parent together amicably between you and the other person, so that
but
that way
always put the kids first though.
it only
You
about the
can't
kids.
just,
Once you co-parent, it's
if,
But this is
only
the
about the
thing,
kids
right?
at that point.
no, I'm talking about before you end the relationship, you should try all avenues
You should try all
Hold on,
before you
guys.
just
We're
end
gonna
it.
stay on this topic for one more minute, and then we're gonna
So
move on to a
Jay,
different question.
this
Okay?
this is my thing, right? If you put the kids first, there's no us leaving this. Like some people stay together and they're amicable until the kid is up and out the college. The kid has no idea what's going on because the kid ain't choose to be here.
That's true.
So I mean, but
If you're not working out, if you're not working out, you do not stay in that relationship. If you've exhausted
but
every
that's
avenue,
that's because people are just having kids without even doing like vetting people. I mean, I was guilty of that shit.
But
sometimes
hold on, hold. Can I say something though?
somebody,
Why would you
you
stay in a
somebody
relationship
that you
where
want to
neither one of y'all happy just for the sake of the kids?
Happiness is
Like if we're
happy.
not happy, why
Yeah, but
stay
why
together?
aren't we happy? What's the reason? I'm sure it could be like happiness is just
Nah,
when you
I'm
You
not
should
when you
staying
have
with
a
exhaust.
kid.
I'm not staying
When
nowhere.
you have
If
a
I'm
kid,
not
your
happy and you're
happiness is
not
out
happy,
the door.
You're not going to always
Yeah,
be happy in a
happiness comes and
relationship.
yeah,
goes.
but if it's not working, I ain't gonna say happy. If it's not working,
this
I'm
is
not
why
gonna try. I'm not gonna
absolutely
stay for the
hold on
sake so my kids can see mommy and daddy together. Because at the end of the day, if I'm miserable, you miserable, that misery gonna spill over to them kids.
100%. This
If
is why
we
I
ain't if
agree.
we ain't good, if we ain't in that space, that's gonna spill over to them kids. So now we ruin the kids because at the end you ain't gotta never argue. But because they kids feel things and they
Mm-hmm.
feel that tension, they feel all
Yeah.
of that what's going on in the house. I'm not staying. Guess what? I got 5 kids by 5 different women. I wasn't with none of them. I ain't staying with nobody.
Wait, that's true?
I'm like,
Yes, that's
everybody
true. I got
like,
5 kids, 5 daughters
Period.
by 5 different women, and I
And
wasn't with none
daughters.
of them.
That's not a flex. That's terrible.
Things listen, it
Let
happens. It
Let's
is
move
what
on
it
to the
is.
next
I ain't
question, guys.
staying
Things
nowhere. I ain't
happened
I
happy.
5 times.
I
can't.
want to move on to the next question. We listen, we don't judge.
That's
Okay.
a lie. We always judge. I got. Well, go ahead. Next question.
I have a question for you, AJ. Should a man always pay for dates, or is that outdated?
Outdated. Outdated.
This question is
That's
for AJ.
that's that's a very
Are you setting me up to fail? You're
that's a
setting
very
me up to fail.
I want to
Well,
hear your point of view, and then it's gonna be a
welcome
general
to the
question.
Fire the Gun Squad.
that's a very
I think I plead the fifth. I will join in after the men comment.
Ladon, I want to
No,
hear your
we
point
want
of
we
view.
want to hear you first. We heard you on the last one.
She's targeting me and I refuse to be rage baited. So LaDon is the perfect candidate to answer this question. Go ahead, LaDon.
We're gonna get back to her. You can go ahead, Ladon.
Me personally, I lean more towards the traditional side. If I'm going out with my guy, I expect him to be paying. Now, does that mean I'm never gonna pick up the tab? No. I mean, I buy us stuff all the time. Like if I'm already shopping, I'll buy us something. I'll buy us pizza. I'll do whatever. But generally speaking, I think it's chivalrous. Like if I were to go on a first date with somebody, I would offer to pay half. Now, if I paid half, I wouldn't go on a second date. That's just me.
I agree on that one. Now anyone can chime in, the men and
All
the
right,
ladies.
let me go ahead and go first. I think during the initial courting phase, when a man is courting a woman, the man's supposed to take care of everything. Now, when we're in a relationship, I don't think it really matters who pay. I mean, we in a relationship, so we're budgeting together, so the money's coming from both of us anyway. So, but during the initial courting phase, the man should always pay.
I agree.
I want to jump in here.
But hold up. You say don't call. What if she called you and asked you to hang out? Do you pay if she called you?
Are you 50 Cent?
Whoever
I'm just
It
saying. You pick up the phone, say, "Hey, look,
whoever initiates the
you feel
date
like
should
going
pay.
grab."
Oh, see,
Now,
I was just being
if I
defensive.
pick up the tab, that's because I picked up the tab. She initially. don't don't call me to say let's go do something with the intention if I call him and ask him, he gonna pay. Cause I might have been home in my drawer asleep. I wasn't thinking about hanging out. You asked, I'm gonna get dressed because you paying for the night. Now I may still do it, but you because you asked, you know what I mean, it was on your mind, so you wanted to do it.
So I think so. Look, I got a weird way around it, but I think most people, when they even go on a first date, they way outside their budget to begin with. Like,
$10 first budgets.
you know what I'm saying?
Ten, I mean, $10 first date budget. $10. We
That's
go get ice cream or coffee.
that's a good budget for a first date.
The reason being because
First date. I
what
think
happens
most
is
people.
you know
One at a time,
we as
guys.
men
One
we
at a
want to go
time.
grab
We
something
all
to
get
eat.
our point across.
I think most people on a first date are usually way outside their budget because first date is for you to get to know somebody and even determine whether or not there'll be a second, third, or fourth. Most times, listen, it don't matter if she call me, I call her. If we go out on a first time, I'm gonna pay, but I'm also gonna plan and I'm gonna dictate where we going. Usually, it's gonna be something nice, but also reasonably budget. Not because I can't afford big budgets, but I don't even know if I like you yet.
Mm.
Like me, why am I spending all this money? If
What's the
we
question again? The original question?
There's
Should a
somebody
man
with some
Everybody needs
always
to
noise in the
pay?
pay.
background.
Somebody, we have an echo in the background. I think if you're not speaking, you should go on mute. Yeah, I think who's not speaking just to go on mute because we're having an echo in the background.
the question was, should a man pay for the first date? Yes.
No, should a man always pay, or is that outdated?
It's a preference thing.
Uh,
I feel like if you're courting, and yeah, the man should be paying. If you're pursuing a woman, obviously you should be paying. If y'all get in a relationship, before y'all decide to get in a relationship, y'all should kind of have a preference what the expectation is. You know, me personally, I don't mind
she
taking the
married. You don't gotta
tab
answer this
for
question.
my man.
Move on. She married. No, I'm joking. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't mind taking the tab for my man. I don't mind that. But
Listen,
I'm
I ain't
gonna
jumping.
add to
I don't
that.
mean to cut Shay. I
So
don't think I
what
mean to
if
cut you off.
I'm gonna change it
Renita,
slightly
can I say
different?
this one part, please? I don't mean to cut her off. Look, I think dating has to evolve in 2026. The reality here is this: both men and women usually are working and making some type of income. We don't have to be held to the same traditionals, and it doesn't mean someone's less masculine or more masculine. Truthfully, if y'all just trying to kick it and get to know each other genuinely, it ain't gonna matter who paid.
Listen,
it's a preference thing because
Yeah.
some people like to go the traditional route and they should not be crucified on the cross for wanting their man to pay every time.
Here's why I
If
say
you
that.
are not the man, if you're not the man to do that, then you can be honest and say that you're not that type of man.
Listen,
And then you can find somebody who agrees with your way.
as a
Because there
gentleman,
is a dude who sees things traditional and will be like, yeah, that's how I
Hold on,
do my
guys.
woman.
One
I
at a time.
always want to pay. It's really a preference thing when you with this question, it's always going to get down to the preference at the end of the day.
no, but we
Because
got
what are y'all arguing for? It that's not nothing that needs to really be argued. That's something that y'all should already have some type of idea on how this is going to go. Like,
we got to move away from traditional. The word traditional. Here's why.
I think
Because
I
women
think
will say, "I like a traditional
I don't
man."
think
One at
Traditional
a
is
so.
time,
outdated.
guys. Guys,
Listen,
one at
I just
a
want to say
time,
this one
please.
part, and
One
y'all
at a
got it.
Traditional is
time.
outdated.
We got to move away from the word traditional because women will say to you, "I want things to be traditional," but then when you say, "Okay, cool, I'll pay all the bills, I'll handle all this," right? I just getting to know you, and then when it's like, "Yo, can you come wash my clothes?" That's traditional. Can you come make me prepare me some meals? We 6 months in. Can you come over here and hold me down
Go
and
shut
make
that
me
dog
dinner?
up
And I
because
don't want
she's
to do
making
that.
mad noise in my
That's
background.
traditional though. So I think
Go
we got to
Milan
move
be
away from
quiet.
the
She's making a lot
traditional
of noise in
piece.
my background.
We'll give other people the opportunity to really just see people for what they are. You know, like I said, like we go back to what we said earlier. Women meet men at 10 times X more rate than a guy meets women. Even gets a chance. Like guys might meet women all day long, but his percentage of who he's gonna actually get the chance to take out is so slim. So if she's
okay.
Did
traditional,
you just say women need men more than men need women?
I said no. I said women meet more men than men meet women.
Morgan,
Like a
Morgan,
man
I
can
need
meet
you to
Oh,
be
meet
quiet,
more.
okay? I'm doing
Oh, okay.
something,
yeah. So what
okay?
I'm saying is that a
Give
woman
mommy a
will meet
second,
10 guys in a day, where each day a guy might only
please.
really get a chance to get the number of 2 or 3 women. And out of those 2 or 3, by the end of the week, he's only maybe gonna take out 2 or 3 out of the
I don't know where these men coming from that y'all think we just be meeting on a regular. Like,
meeting. I know
that's
that's not
crazy.
meeting. I'm saying like approaching you. You might not get his number. You know, I'm just saying in general.
Starbucks.
Okay.
That's where they
let's
come
just
from. They
let's
mainly
just,
come from
let's just,
Starbucks,
let's
Dunkin' Donuts.
just bring it back home in reference to the whole aspect of the question that Renita asked in reference
Yeah, you
to
guys are going off
uh,
topic.
I think what it is that, and to CJ's point, I get it. Like, sometimes you're dating and you have to date within your budget. I think dating today becomes more transactional than traditional. I think that's what it is, right? Everything is transactional. I live in Atlanta. I split my time between Atlanta, New York, DC. The aspect of things is that you see women from these different aspects of place. Everyone wants to go to these high-end restaurants, Ruth's Chris, all these steakhouses, heavy restaurants, Nobu Steakhouse, all these different things, right? And it's just basically the first or second date, right? And I understand everyone trying to live up to the Instagram way of life. I get it. There's no longer you taking someone to Cheesecake
Malachi,
Factory. Hold on a second. All these other aspect of things. It becomes much more than, because it's not only that it's not more longer traditional and transactional. It becomes now more of, it has to be real time. It has to be on Instagram. It has to be on the social media side. So I'm doing these things. I'm out here. And listen, I get it. At first, I would look and look at these things and say, this is crazy. And I understand it, but you still have to date within your budget. Because if we flip the tables and
yeah, I
say,
need you
hey,
to stop,
like,
please.
I think one of the guys had mentioned, well, I think it's Javon that said,
Tell her to
well,
take the dog in
if
the room or
if you
put it in your
call
room
me
for
and
me.
say, hey, I want to go and hang out, are you picking up the bill? And I can tell 8 out of 10 times, no, they're not. Just basically just want to just go grab some food, grab some drinks. And it's not to the local, let's say they go down to the local bar or something that you pick up a happy hour. They're calling traditionally some big expensive restaurants. And, you know, yes, for first date, second date, but then again, to the aspect of folding clothes and all that, washing clothes and all that type of stuff, it comes to a point whereas majority of us men today and women, obviously, we grew up in a household that we're raised by either mother, father, or both parents. And we can do these things. We can wash, we can cook, we can do all these traditional things that basically that, the women say, well, okay, well, I can do these things for you and all these aspects of things. So the reality of it is you have to understand who you're dating, what aspect of dates that you guys are going to be going out on. And, I'm pretty sure, like Renita said, she doesn't have a problem with, taking her man out and all this other aspect of things. But not every female today is thinking like that.
I don't have a problem with it.
It's
I've
more
paid for
transactional than
first date
traditional.
before. I don't have an issue. If I like you, I like you. If I could afford it, I can afford it.
My question, Renita, that first date that you paid for, how did it go afterwards?
It
But
went to
it
hell.
doesn't matter what
So
it goes.
But it
why are
wasn't
you out here
because
paying for it? What?
it
No,
wasn't
that
because
should
I
have been your illusion. That should have been your alludement to the fact that something was about to be critically off because you just offset already, not energy per se, but you just made things already. You threw the balance off. Thank you.
Most of the men here on this cast had went out on first dates and never took the person back out
I was just
after
going to
that.
say that. Like that,
So
to have
what?
that idea.
You're
I
the
didn't understand your
man,
point.
so that is your
What's your
job.
point? Yeah.
Incur that cost. That cost is for you to incur. If it doesn't
You
go
know what's
well, so
funny?
be it. But for the woman to go and incur that cost,
Listen, I'm not
you have
I'm
thrown
not even
everything off
knocking the
balance.
females, man.
You have
Listen,
thrown it off
ladies,
balance.
take advantage of it. Fellas, if you out there doing it, you dumb. You need to be taken advantage of. I'm not even gonna give anybody pushback on that. If guys are going out there and want to drop the bag on the first date or accepting dates and she's picking a restaurant or you picking an expensive restaurant, then just deal with it. I'm not even gonna fight you on that. Ladies, take full advantage of it. Fuck it. It depends on your budget, man. Play
It should be, yeah. I'm gonna say it
play
should
in
be.
your play in your lane. Stay in your yo, you gotta do stay in your lane. If I don't got it, I don't got it. You know what I'm saying?
Staying. I'm agreeing with that one.
Saying
Stay in
don't
your
don't
lane.
don't try to use a umbrella
Here's a rule
statement
of thumb.
saying five
Here's
hundred dollars.
here's
Like
a rule
nah,
of
just
thumb. Do not take a female to a place she can't afford herself.
I'm not
Period.
me personally.
$50. Where you going?
Me
McDonald's?
personally.
Because that's what
In this economy, 2 meals from McDonald's is pushing 30. It's $30.
I
So what
agree.
are you
Where
talking
you
about?
going with $50?
$50. Stay in your lane.
Stay like,
That's it.
yo,
I'm
yo. I
gonna
want to say one
chime in
thing.
on
Look,
this
I
one,
want to
then
say
I'm gonna move
I
on
want to
to the
say one
next
thing.
question.
All right, I want
For
to say one
me,
last thing.
if I'm now getting to know a guy, I don't care where we go. If I'm into you, I'm into you. We can go take a damn walk in the park and have a cup of ice cream. It doesn't matter. Now, I like nice things, and I know how to treat myself to nice things. So a man doing it for me, it's not that big of a deal because I can do it for myself. However, once I'm
Exactly.
into you, I don't care what we're doing. Point blank,
Sky's the
period.
limit.
So a
Right.
first date for
Mm-hmm.
me, if I just meet a guy and he said, "Hey, we're not gonna do McDonald's because I don't like McDonald's. Let's go to Chick-fil-A." I don't know you don't know me. I'm not expecting you to drop a bag on me. That's just me personally.
So,
I can get
That's
dressed
Renita,
not
up.
a
what
date
you
I
for
just
me
like to
then.
get
mentioned,
dressed. Like
that
for me, I
only
just like to get
works.
dressed up. I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A with my guy to see if we like each other. Now if we like each other
We're
and
grabbing lunch at
things
that point.
progress. Now I expect here and there some nice fancy restaurant, but I'm gonna know who I am dating. I've never dated less below me. I've tried it once, it didn't work. So, however, anyone that I'm
You're
dating,
talking about
I
dating with
know they can
intention of
afford these
something more.
things. Am I
Where most
expecting
women
it
are
in the
not dating
beginning?
with
No.
intention for something more than what it is. You're talking
So,
about dating with intention, so you're okay with whatever. First off, no man on any date should be taking any of his prospect, if he really likes her at all, to
To
any
Chick
fast
Fil
food
A.
restaurant. Be
but
creative.
I'm
Thank
not, I'm
you.
just saying, I'm making an
Thank you.
example. If I'm into
I
you, doesn't
understand what
matter
you're saying,
where
but
we
let
are.
me help
Not a good
I'm
clean this
with
example.
up for
you.
you. I understand what you're saying, but let me help clean this up for you. Any man should not take any prospect to any type of fast food. He should get creative enough to find the places within his lane and his budget to support that. Also, stop taking women to places they can't afford themselves.
Save the fast food joint, maybe it's in his budget.
Listen, first date's $10. Real talk though. If you set your first date at a
You shouldn't be going
$10
on
My
a date
budget,
if
friend,
it's only $10. At that point,
and the
don't be
reason you
dating.
set a
that's
$10 budget
disrespectful.
is
No dating for you.
That's
if you
Just
don't
say
like the
disrespectful.
person, $10 you
you
not
need
gonna
a
hurt.
sneaky link.
$10
Okay,
first
You need to
date.
be taking you
I have a question here. Hold on a
one
second.
night stands for you
I
only.
love a
What?
classy,
Hold on.
Let's
classy
have
house date.
one more.
I love a
Guys,
Let's
classy
have.
house date.
Let someone say something, and we're gonna move on to the
hold
next.
on. I just want one more question. And
Let's meet at a
it's a
coffee
question.
shop.
Okay.
Let's have coffee and tea. Let's talk. That's
That's
the
why I say ten
Why would
dollars,
I leave
cause
my
that's why I said
house
ten
to go and
dollars.
have
We go
coffee
coffee
with
shop.
because AJ, you're not intentional about finding love. That's why.
Yeah. All right.
if
So I
you
just
are
have
courting me and you are telling me that you have found something
I can't
interesting
court
in
you
me
without
and
knowing
I
nothing
should
about
leave
what you're
my
doing.
house
Hold
to
on.
go outside
I
and go and
cannot
dress
court
up
you.
to go and drink coffee,
I
you've
cannot.
lost it.
Yes,
You've
yes,
I
actually
can't
yes,
lost
court you
yes,
it.
without knowing anything
yes.
about
Not
you.
the
Go
first
go
date,
leave
y'all.
your
Maybe
house and
like the
go have
third one
coffee
when
and
y'all get a
tea.
little bit more comfortable.
I'm
But
talking about a
you have
first
to
date.
show me that you're intentional first.
A
You
first
have
You
to
date.
show
can't
me
even get
intentions first. Otherwise, I'm
you
not coming out the house.
you can't
We could
even get
catch
two
coffee
large
on like
cups
the
of
third or
coffee at
fourth date. But
Starbucks.
Well,
the
why
Right.
first
not?
one,
Why not? Why not? Okay, it's the middle of July. You meet somebody. Y'all want to go do something. You go to grab some ice cream. Grab ice cream. Take a
Jo-
walk. Eat, drink. Eat. All you
Are
doing
we
is just
Jovan,
trying to see if
teenagers?
y'all even have any type of
on the
Jovan,
first
connection.
Are
date,
we teenagers
girls
It's
are
at a
just
going to
10
a
come.
p.m.
first date.
They're going to have
curfew?
their hair
Listen,
One
done,
at
their
a
hear me
nails
out.
time,
done,
guys. Guys,
their face put together.
guys.
They're
One at
spending
a
money
time.
for
One at a
that first
time.
date. Whether
So if I spend 500, if I take you to Ruth Chris, Morton's,
you
any of
don't got
these,
to do all that.
I go spend a bunch of money. We don't have a connection. It's not about the money, but now I done
But it
spent
is.
all this money, took you to this expensive restaurant, did all of this. We don't even know. We don't even have a
listen, you're
connection.
wasting time.
So
But
what
if
is the
all that
You
point?
money is hurting you financially, you
you
shouldn't be
waste.
dating in the
Listen,
first place. Maybe don't
rules.
date.
Come on,
If
guys,
one
guys,
date at
guys.
Ruth
I
Chris is
understand we
going
all
to
want our
dent your
opinions out there.
finances, don't go
It's
on a
not that
date.
it hurts your
One at a
finances.
time.
It's
It's
just the
going if
whole
that's
point
what
that
you're
you
basically
don't care about.
saying.
It's not that it hurts your finances. It's just
Jovan, you're
that
wasting your time,
it's a
brother.
first date. We
What
shouldn't
I'm
care.
saying is, rules
Okay.
only
So
apply
okay.
to people you don't like. A woman would take a
That's
woman
all
would
it
So
take
is.
a
Because
walk
when
on the
you don't
beach
like a person,
for somebody she really
when
likes,
you don't like a person, you
right?
tend to move the goalpost in the fourth quarter.
But that's
So
not a date to me, though. That's
No, no,
just us
no.
taking a walk on a
Let me
beach. We're
tell you
not
something.
dating at that. We're
Us,
not dating.
us
why
taking,
is going
us
to get ice
taking
cream
a
and taking
walk
a
on the
walk not a
beach,
date?
us
That's
going
a
to a
date.
theme park, us
Guys,
going
guys.
to just
One
chill
at
in the
a
park,
time,
a
please.
picnic,
That's
a
right.
bottle of wine, like with $10. So now make some sandwiches. We go to the park. That's a date. Nevertheless, says rules only apply to people you don't like. So if you don't really like somebody, you're not gonna accept some shit that you would accept from somebody you really like. So
And you know,
I
Black,
This
you
agree.
know what?
topic,
I agree
this
I
because
agree.
hold on,
I
this
a
hold on
agree.
a
woman
second.
that
This
don't
I
like you,
agree.
everything you do, she gonna want you to do more. If she sit and tell you, I like this, you do all of that. You know what she
Because
gonna do? She gonna come up
But
with
if
a
you're
new
not,
list of everything
why
that
would
she
you
if I
do
like.
don't
that
feel like
though?
you're being intentional, then I'm gonna start
Alexis
questioning
Parker,
if you
why
like
would you?
me.
Okay, if she doesn't like you, why would you even contemplate to do these things if you know
You
she doesn't
wouldn't
like you? Okay,
know.
so this topic here, when it comes, hold on a second, when it comes to dates and going out, this topic can run until next morning. I have just one question. I just have one question, and it's for Nikon, who's been in a relationship for 15 years. How was your first date? Because Nikon has been very, very quiet. That's who I want to hear from. Nikon, how was your first date? And where
Why
did you guys
why
go?
why do I feel like everybody came on this show to see me react?
No, 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 no. I just want to hear.
Cause you like the ABW in the group right now. You just say like you hate men.
I don't hate men at all. I already told you that I don't hate men at all.
I
I
mean,
still
you say
believe
you
in
was with
marriage. I
dude
still
and
believe. I
you.
don't hate men. I still believe in
Man,
marriage and all of that. However, I just
She
haven't
doesn't
found
hate
the
man. She
right
doesn't hate.
one.
She doesn't hear her
Nikon,
experience.
Right.
let
The
Nikon answer
question
this
though,
question, then we're gonna move on to the next person. Okay,
what
guys?
was my first date? My first date, honestly, with that gentleman.
Your husband.
I can't hear her.
I think she
Or
got
she
disconnected
cut
for
out.
some reason,
Mm.
maybe the weather in New York. However, let's move on to the next question and we can.
Wait, before you move on, I just want to add to what lovely Peter said. I think I do agree with him that but that's the difference. If a woman likes you before dating, yes, the rules change. You still need to move with attention, but she's not holding you to a higher expectation that she would have, which is normal because in another situation, if you like me first, I need to take that time to also get to like you back. So it's normal if my expectations for you are a little bit higher. But because women's standards change when they like someone versus when they don't like someone, that's the reason why you can't date someone you like. Thank you.
Really?
AJ,
Good to
are
know.
you in a relationship?
I want to move on to
No.
the next question, guys.
No, 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 no. Stop. Renita, stop. Have her answer that question, please.
She's dating. I can
Well,
answer
the
it for
answer
you. She's
seems like it's
dating.
No,
no.
you. They didn't
Okay,
say
she's here.
Renita answer. They told her to answer. Renita, let her answer.
Okay.
We love you still.
AJ, are
It's
you in a
about the
relationship?
intentions, though. Whatever it
Nikon
is,
is
it's
back.
about the intentions. Should men always pay? No, no, I don't necessarily agree
Correct.
with that.
We
I think
answered the
that they
question.
should be the ones to court initially. And then if y'all go into a relationship, y'all can do
But
whatever
what
y'all
is
feel like
court?
y'all can do
What is
best.
courting? Why do everybody say courting? Because
If you pursue
initially
me, I'm expecting you to pay for the date. Yes, I am.
on the first date, it might not even be the first date. The first date may be her as y'all may talk. The first date may be her asking you to hang out. So if she asks you, why can't she pay? Because she wanted to hang out. All my kids, three of my five over 18, over 21. But no, that's not. Hold up. Why? What? But so if I take you out, hold up. So if I take you out,
Guys.
hold no.
Oh
If I
my
take you
God.
out and I go, hold. Hold up. I'm gonna say this. I own my own business, so me taking you on a $10 date is nothing. So, but if I take you out and I spend $400, $500 on a date,
Yeah.
and we don't talk after that, it's. But if I take you on a $500 first date and we don't talk at that, we don't have no connection. I spent $500 for what? It was no
Wait,
investment
so
or
you
nothing.
didn't know
But
if you
that's not
guys
the
were gonna have a
question.
connection before you went on that first
Guys,
date? You
Right,
guys,
didn't know
right,
before.
So
that
You didn't know
part.
again,
before you
so
went.
if I
That part.
spend
And are you telling me that
$10
one
and
five
we go
hundred
grab
dollars
ice
is going
cream,
to
we gonna
change
go
your life
play
forever?
poker,
That
we
you're
do
going to want the
something
money back
guys,
from her?
reasonably cheap.
Because if that's the case, she can always cash up you after the date, saying
So
because of
again,
$500.
if I sit and I spend full, if I spend $10, we go do something reasonably cheap. We go take a walk. We go grab some coffee. Go grab some ice cream. Just something to where as though we have a conversation to see if there's a connection.
Javon,
I'm not
what
ass out,
Javon, what
and you didn't
what
waste
I
your
think they're
time.
saying is that $10 conversation had that shit over the phone.
Right.
We can hang
Pretty
Right.
out.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Anything I'm now don't get me wrong, I'm not for these $300 bills and shit, but again, I can't even knock them because if dudes are paying it, take advantage of it. I ain't that guy. But
Not even
It's
just
not
from that
even. It's not
perspective.
even
As a
that. Hold on a
female, when
second.
you get ready
It's
for a
not even.
date, you do
you
a
know
lot
what's
of
so
things.
funny?
right? You got to do your
Shay,
hair, lashes, nails,
Shay,
all that stuff. So I'm not about to do all that and then you go and take me to
Shay, Shay.
McDonald's. You know what I'm
I
saying?
never
I
said
need you to be
McDonald's. But
intentional
what
like
I'm
how I'm
saying
being
is,
intentional.
so what I'm saying is, I'm not saying McDonald's. What I'm saying is,
Burger
It don't
King.
have to be
not
super
even no,
expensive. I
no
don't want
fast
y'all to
food
think
joint,
it's super
but we
expensive.
go
That little
grab.
walk in the park, save it for your
Guys,
coworkers.
So
Why are we
what's the
walking?
problem with
Why
a
are we
walk in the
walking in
park?
the park? Do we have
What's the
nothing better
problem?
to do with our time?
So what's the
You
problem with a walk in the park?
Not as a first
Not the
date.
first. If we
Why?
walking in the park, we
Javon,
already locked in. I'm
Javon,
not walking in the park with just
if
somebody
she
that's
likes
sporting
you,
me.
she walking in
If we
that park,
walking in the
bro. She
park,
gonna
we
bring a
locked in
sandwich too.
already.
If
You
she like
already
you, but if
know.
she don't like you, you better make a reservation in park or something like that.
I have something to add to
Man, listen.
Peter. Peter, I have something to ask you personally.
Most
So I have a question for
I
Peter and
think
Nikon.
you walking
Hold
in the
up.
park, it takes away the accountability of you being intentional. If you want to go to the park, no problem. I'm expecting a picnic, a basket, an intention behind it. If we're walking in a park and you want to just go to that little corner and get coffee afterwards, you have no. What kind of what has
But why not?
no.
I don't owe you enough. You don't owe. We do that, and then you don't. You not feeling whatever we just did.
You
You don't owe me nothing. I don't owe you nothing.
Guys, we're talking, we're all speaking
And
at
then I'm
the
going on
same
that date with my
time.
bonnet on and my pajamas. I'm not getting ready for a walk in the park. If you're not my man already, or if we haven't already established something, if it's like a few dates in and then we want to go to a park, that's cool. But coming out the box, you should be more
yeah,
way very very intentional, very detailed
agreed.
in what you do, because you're trying to woo me in, you're courting me, you're trying to get me in. You're not going to get me in with a walk in the park because I'm coming with my bonnet on. Okay, we can
I'm gonna
walk and
say
we can
this,
talk.
Renita. We can move
All
on
right,
from this.
guys.
I'm gonna say this. Let me say this one thing. We can move on this. Some of my best situations I've ever been in with dating with women came from phone conversation to my house, smashing, and guess what? We just spent years together.
Renita, go to
Some
the
of the
next
best
question.
situations I ever had.
Let's
The
But
move
go
next
ahead,
on.
Renita.
question.
Move on.
Guys, I want to move on to the next question. Okay? Should partners discuss body counts or does it not matter?
Fuck no. Ain't no need to talk about
No,
who I've been with and you've been with.
Oh, that's childish.
Okay.
I believe that's childish.
Okay, so everyone agree you should not be
we
discussing
can do
this.
STD results, but we don't need to do body count.
Okay.
Next question, man. It does
oh,
body counts don't matter once you're over 30, man. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's move on
Is
next.
emotional availability more important than financial stability? Which one? Emotional availability
Yes.
or financial stability? Which one do
I
you
think
guys
it's
think
like
more?
50-50.
You need
Okay.
both. You need both. Let me tell you why.
Definitely need both.
they're on
Financial
a
stability is low. It's gonna affect that emotional stability 100%.
I agree.
I can agree.
Let
Okay.
that money start coming in short. Her emotions are gonna go crazy.
You already know.
His
they're
emotions
both
are
on a
gonna go
they're
crazy if
both
he that type of guy that likes to be able to do what he wants to do. He's gonna go through an emotional downturn as well.
they're both on a different level because it depends on if it depends on what is it that you're doing. Like there are times whereas you the money's gonna come short. You know, most people I'm pretty sure on the podcast here do not do like I heard Javon said he owns his own business or whatever. You're definitely if you're an entrepreneur, you're not working 9 to 5. There are times whereas you're not gonna hit all the buckets all the time, right? Especially so, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna have to go through an emotional roller coaster for that. You have to. This is when your emotions gotta basically be on a level whereas you can able to level off. Because if your emotions are going crazy and the financials not moving, then you're gonna crash.
But what
So
you're
the
discussing,
emotions gotta control that stuff for things because
sir. But
they're
what you're
for me.
discussing is budget. Most people
Right.
don't know how to budget. Most people know
What,
how
yeah,
to manage money.
what I totally agree. Listen,
So
coming
whether you have
off,
a business
listen,
or a nine
coming
to
off of
hold on one second, whether you have a business or a 9 to 5, if you don't budget properly, you don't know how to work your money. You're gonna fall when you fall short because that's true. There's always gonna be a down season for certain in any business, whether you 9 to 5, W2 or you're 1099. There is a down season. But if you don't budget financially, if you find yourself in 2 seasons back to back, especially down emotionally, you coming right after that. So both of them, I'm saying, gotta work hand in hand because you gotta be emotionally intelligent in order to spend and budget and invest your money correctly, so that you don't have too many downturns in your seasons.
you're gonna
You
have
gotta be
downturn.
down.
you're gonna have downturns in your season. Coming,
Always gonna
listen,
have downturns. That's why
listen.
they have to be important.
Exactly, and listen, coming off of what 20 plus years off of Wall Street, I can tell you, and running my own business, you're gonna have downturns. It's how you manage your emotions during the downtime. And I just don't want to piggyback on Nick on. I don't think she's back on us yet. And this is where her relationship they were bumping heads now because he had a downturn in the financial aspect of things, but he could not control the emotional aspect of things, and
Right.
that is a problem. I'm pretty
So yeah,
sure he
with
was
that
budgeting and
with
doing.
things
Hold on one
with
second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hear me out. And I think what it is sometimes is that sometimes because so much burdens is put on us as men to be the breadwinner, to do this, to do all these different things, it became that the part that becomes emotional for us, especially if we are in a marriage or a relationship now. It's very hard for us to look at our partner now to say, because now obviously it's ego. We don't want to go to a party to say, "Hey, could you brace me now? Hold me down for the next couple of days," because now it becomes an emotional and egotistical aspect of things. So budgeting is very, very important. Many people don't know how to budget. You're absolutely correct about that. I've seen it many, many levels of times. But you have to know one aspect of which is decimals. How, how is it moving? You know.
I feel like
Thank
if
you
you're
but
in
guys
a
for your
relationship,
input,
I
but I
want to say
do want to
this.
be able to move
Some
on to the next question.
I feel like if you're in a relationship, you need to be able to sit down with your partner. You guys need to be able to account for all the dollars that come into the home, and therefore need to set up a plan for downturn. At the end of the day, it's gonna happen no matter
Damn,
what. So
baby girl.
so that you both can balance each other's emotions. In most cases,
Yep.
and if we talk about Nakan's situation, her man lost his ability to afford the things that he wanted for her, not her wanting for him, and he couldn't allow her to then step in to hold it down. That's not a true partnership. If you have a woman who's
That
there
is
to hold it
correct.
down when that tide happens, then that's okay. She should be able to, especially if you've afforded her the ability to stay home, be a home wife, stack home bread. If you got businesses, I mean, I'm talking about
Guys, I
business.
want to be able to move on to the next question. We're getting stuck a little too long on one questions, and we do have more questions to get over. Okay?
Pass it back to you, boss.
Okay. Should your partner have access to your phone, or is that crossing boundaries?
Which
What
one?
phone?
Your regular phone or your or your burner? Which phone you
Hell no,
which
there ain't
phone?
nobody supposed to have access
Which
to
phone?
your phone is your privacy.
Which phone you speaking about though? The burner phone or the regular phone?
All the
That's the
phones,
question.
all the phones, the burner,
No,
the regular.
nobody supposed. I pay my bill, you pay your bill. Stay the fuck off my phone.
You
I
pay all
feel
the
like
bills. You should
No,
be
no,
I
no,
able
no,
to
feel
no.
I
afford
want to
it.
like
hear
at my
What?
Chanel's been
age,
quiet. I want to hear Chanel thoughts on this.
at my age, I feel like yes, because God forbid anything could happen to any one of us, and I would want
May
him
I
to
ask you a
be
question?
able.
And
Hold
what's
on,
your age?
Selwyn, let her speak.
Um, 39.
Uh, no, you have to say it. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
no,
I'm
I'm
just kidding.
39. I'm not ashamed to say my age. But at my age, of course, I would want. He has my phone. I have his password. But to check and go into the phones, we too mature to even have that type of situation going on. We do have. He has my password. I have his. But for safety reasons, God forbid something happens, he needs to be able to reach somebody in my family. He has to get through my phone. That's the only. That's how
The
I
only
see it.
time you get my password is when I pass away and you will get my will. It ain't about me doing nothing. The reality is to give you that level of trust. Not to say that, let me back that up. It's not to giving you the level of trust, giving you the ability to do it when you think you're not gonna do it. That's too much temptation. Because even when I'm not doing nothing, if you are a person who just needs to check because you have the access, it's gonna cause
It's
problems.
called confirmation bias, man. So if you're going in there, you're looking for something, and you're gonna see something innocent, and it's gonna trigger a bunch of different things. Like you just see something there that's really nothing, but because you want to find something, you're gonna see red and see that. I don't do phone games. You know what I'm saying? Keep your phone. I don't even want to go into it. I'm not even gonna answer your damn phone, quite honestly.
And I'll be honest with you, if we actually together, you know everybody I know.
Yeah.
So the reality is you'll never need to go to my phone.
I don't see any reason why you shouldn't have each other's passcode and access to your phones. The way I see it is that if you trust your partner and they trust you, you should be able to have each other's passcodes and trust that you're not going to go through each other's phone for no reason. I've always told my partner, if I ever feel the need to go through your phone, the trust is already broken. Like there's nothing else to say about it. I have his password, he has mine. I've never gone through his phone, he's never gone through mine because there's no reason to. And if one of us does, the trust is already broken.
I agree with LaDon.
How long you been in your relationship?
We've been together 5 years.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you again when you're 25 years.
Isn't it?
Okay, so yeah, you shouldn't have to. If you are, that means somebody doesn't trust each other there, or you're insecure. I mean, there's
Right.
no reason to. If you're secure in your relationship and your partner's secure, there's no reason to.
Do you have a
Yeah.
passcode? Do you have a passcode on your phone?
I do.
Does he have a passcode?
Of course, he has the passcode. He knows the password to everything. I know the password to his everything. I have never gone through his stuff because I've never had to. I've never had a reason to doubt this man, and he has never had a reason to doubt me, and therefore we have never gone through each other's stuff, even though we have full access. His phone sits on his bed nightstand every night. I've never felt the need to sneak over there and look through it. There's no reason to.
I commend you. That's good.
I agree with LaDon. I definitely agree. I do have another question for you guys. Do men change? This is specifically for Peter. Peter, do you think men change because they meet the right woman or because they finally face consequences?
It could be a little bit of both. If you meet the right the right person, you really wouldn't have to change much. Um, you can adjust certain things, but I wouldn't say you have to change. Um, but it depends. It depends. Sometimes you've lost something so good from past behaviors that you're not going to repeat that same behavior to lose it again, lose something like it again if it ever presents itself. But at the same time, if you meet something that's really worth um, that's shown you that they're worth not losing because of some of the behaviors you may have, you will adjust. So both can be true.
I have a general question specifically for the men. Do men lose good women because of ego or because they don't recognize value until it's gone?
What's a good woman, right?
What's your
Because no, no,
Let
no.
me hear you, Peter. What's
The
a good
reason I
woman for
say
you? Let
that
me hear
is
your definition.
because let me give you a quick little example. If you make the best chicken, right, in the world, you're the greatest chef that makes the best chicken, and I don't eat chicken, it doesn't mean that you're not the greatest chef. I just don't eat that. So you may not be good for me, but you may be good for someone else. So it's not that you're a bad person, we're just maybe not compatible. So I don't think people really, like that good woman thing or good guy thing, you're just not compatible. And then
Exactly.
some people meet people in different seasons of their life, so they may not be ready for it. So if I'm still out here playing games and I come across some really solid woman, but I'm still playing games, I don't really want her. So I'm gonna end up losing it. That doesn't negate the fact that she's a good person. Because a relationship doesn't work doesn't mean you're no longer a good person. You could be a good person. It just didn't work for whatever the season you're in.
What's the question again?
I want to move on to the next question. Hold on, Shay. I have a general question for you guys, and then I can go back to that question. If you found out a friend was cheating on their partner, would you tell them or stay out of it?
How close is the friend?
It's your friend. It's a really close friend.
I'm gonna tell the
What's your
I'm
relationship
no,
with their
I'm gonna
partner?
address the partner like, yo, you fucking up. I know what I know. I'm gonna need you to handle that. Like, I need you to, yeah, because I'm gonna let the partner know that I know.
No, she was saying a friend cheating
Right.
on their partner. So
But
your friend
and what?
cheating on their partner.
Wait, my friend is cheating on their partner or their partner?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell. 'em- I'm.
Yeah, your friend.
I'm gonna pull my friend up. No, because I could talk to my friend like, yo, you fucking up, man. You got a good thing. Like, chill out, chill the fuck out.
Me, it depends on who the partner is to me, right? I'm gonna always address my friend if they're doing something, not good, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm about to go telling you to your partner. Now, if I'm close with your partner, if I have something that I consider a relationship, it depends. If I'm close with your partner, I might tell on you. But if I'm
Damn, your
not close with your
loyalty's not to
partner,
your friend.
if the partner's my friend as well, then
So I believe that there's never a time, no matter what the situation is, for anyone to ever tell on anyone for any one reason. If my friend is cheating on his woman, my obligation is to tell my friend he needs
Yeah,
to stop. But you never know what's going on in that relationship wholeheartedly to say, I'm going to go to my friend's wife,
yeah. I'm not
girlfriend,
doing that.
whatever, and yo, my homeboy is cheating on you. That's not my place. My place is to say, hey, homeboy, you're doing the wrong thing right now, and you need to stop because if it's not my place, so it's
Do men
never
do
any.
that nowadays?
what if your friend's dating your cousin now?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
It,
doesn't
it
matter.
doesn't matter.
It's not my place. It's not my place because here's the realization. If we mixed up this question and said you got a homegirl or a homeboy and one of them is getting abused, just because you step in don't mean they're gonna leave each other.
That's a very tricky question though, because
Right.
you know what's,
It is. But I'm just saying with
because what's
cheating,
gonna happen? Yeah,
right?
because what's gonna
Cheating doesn't mean they
happen?
going you telling them now you've interrupted the relationship. Now, I'm abuse is I'm going that's like highest level.
Yeah.
Hopefully you want them to leave. But we talking about cheating. I go tell the other partner that my friend is cheating. That doesn't mean he or she is leaving that partnership.
And
They're
your
gonna probably figure it
friendship,
out.
and
And my friendship can be destroyed 100%. It's never anyone's place to get involved in somebody else's relationship when cheating is happening. If you know, talk to the person you're closest with to basically help them get out of that situation as far as them cheating on the partner. But you shouldn't be telling the other person at all. That's not your place.
So let me add this. So you see how you said you speak to your friend, right?
Yes.
And you have a relationship with the other person, their relationship, and they call you and be like, "Hey, did you speak to so and so?" And you're confused, genuinely confused because you don't know what's going on. And they're like, "Well, I've been trying to reach him or her, and she said that she was with you." What are you saying?
It's a tricky situation, right? Because you put me in the middle of that motherfucker now. I don't know what to say. I don't want to lie either. So I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe I don't answer the phone. I don't know.
Because I was in a situation like that with my best friend, and it was when I brought it up, it was like, okay, it resonated with me because it was a situation. She was married and she was doing her, and she was like adding me into her situation and not even putting me on to be like, if he called, like, tell him I'm here or you spoke to me, and he's
You're being
calling me, and I'm
sloppy.
like, yeah, what
I'd
up?
have
He's
told on her
like,
ass. Fuck that.
listen, so he's like, she said that you was with her, and I'm like, no, I've been trying to call her, but I haven't spoken to her, and the whole time she's telling him that she's with me,
Yeah, she's being
and
sloppy, so she
that
deserves to
is
be.
like it's like a 50-50 because by me being real, the whole friendship for 10 years plus is
That's
diminished
not your
because
fault.
what she was doing,
That's not your fault.
no, I don't say it is my fault, but at the end of the day
She
it's
didn't
just
value the
like
friendship.
it's a tricky situation. Do you say something or do you not? So that's why I included if that person comes to you and
I think
asks you
the
about that
answer to that
situation.
situation was the answer you should have gave. You don't know. You've been trying to reach her. I'm
Right.
simply saying if you do know that she's cheating, you know wholeheartedly, it is not your place to go to her man and say, "Yo, by the way,
Right.
your girl is cheating on you." That's not your place to do that.
Right.
What if they're both your friends though? You're very good friends, both of them.
So the one you
And
know,
let's say they're
the
both
one you
your
know
very
is not
good
cheating
friends
on you.
and this is not their first time. If they're a repeat offender,
I'm gonna
then
tell.
what do you
I'm
do?
gonna tell
And they're
whoever's
both
cheating.
your
I'm gonna
good
be like,
friends.
listen, stop. What the fuck are you doing? Like, come on.
That should be your response every time. Initially, you should always confront your
That's
cheating
what.
friend.
If
But
they're not gonna stop it,
if they continue to cheat and they're cheating on your friend as well, how do you
well, if they're
approach that
both my
situation?
friends, I would have already known that he got caught or she got caught cheating, and they stayed. I'm staying out of it. That ain't my business.
But they don't know. They don't know that they're being
Ain't
cheated
my
on
business.
because
I'm sticking
That
with
ain't.
you.
That ain't.
I'm
That ain't
sticking
my
with you
business.
only because it's not up
Yeah.
to me if there is a repeat offender in a relationship and I've gone ahead. What I'm now gonna have to do is probably remove myself
Yeah.
off
I'm
of
good.
them. You know what I'm saying? Because I
no,
don't.
they're a repeat offender, but the partner doesn't know they're a repeat offender.
I get it.
You know, you're the only one that knows, and every time they do it, you tell your friend you need to stop, you need to do
I'm gonna
better.
have to start
And then
removing
the
myself.
partner, who's also your friend, comes to you and says, "Are they cheating
Again,
or whatever?" Are you gonna?
question. Again. My answer is I'm not telling the person who doesn't know and the person who's doing the action. I'm gonna remind them that they should stop. But if this is a repeated thing, I gotta remove myself because I
Okay,
can't be the
I agree with
reason
that.
or the one
Or the
doing this
accomplice.
for just having a fallout. I don't want to be in the middle of that because when you have two friends that you're close to and one of them are cheating, the reality is you become the middle person that they both trying to communicate to you about their situation, and I don't want to do that either.
Yeah. Black men don't cheat.
Well, we're out of questions. I'm finished with the questions for tonight. I just have a few scenarios I want to pop up, and I want to hear you guys' opinion. Okay? True events. We're going to change up the names. I just want to hear your thoughts. A guy and a girl is dating. The girl phones get disconnected. She reaches out to the guy. Hey, I just want to let you know my phone is off. I won't be able to pay for until I get for the next 2 weeks. At this point, she's not working. I don't know the scenario. She maybe not working. She don't have the funds at the moment. Maybe she took care of, something that's more important. Guy, guy she's dating jumps in. She never asked him for help. She just let him know why you cannot reach me. Guy she's dating jumps in. Hey, how much is the phone bill? She gave him the number, and
Wait,
then
wait.
she turned
You
and
gotta
said,
You
say
Yeah,
gotta
that
go
back up,
back.
back.
back
You
up.
gotta run that back.
How much is the phone bill? She gives the number. That's where it was at.
okay, let's just give a number. The phone bill's $250. Right? Girl feel offended because I'm guessing the choice of words he's using alone. Remember, she didn't ask. She just let him know this is why I
Are you
cannot speak to you.
irresponsible and
She
getting
called for
offended?
one of her. Now, hold up. We're not done. Things happen, and this is what I think people are forgetting. Life is life. We don't know the circumstance of why her phone was disconnected. However, she refused to offer. Guy turned and say, "That's it. It's a wrap. I'm never fucking with her again." Who's right?
Guy's
Who's wrong?
right. She let her ego get involved.
I agree.
Ladies,
Take the money, pay the bill. How you gonna get offended because he's trying to help you?
We'll give you a
okay.
loan. Run it back. And if we together, I mean,
Yeah, exactly. If your ego's that bad, then just pay me my money back when you
yeah.
get it in 2 weeks. But
That's what I would
pay the
say.
phone bill because he wants to be able to contact you. And
Right.
if he makes a way to be able to do that,
But if she
pay the
didn't
bill.
ask him, if she did not ask, should it have been alone there dating?
As a woman, sometimes we don't always ask. So, that he might have read it as he yeah, but he might have read it as she might not feel comfortable asking. And that's why he volunteered to do it. You know what I'm
Did
saying?
he volunteer the money as a loan? Well, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
you didn't ask me, so listen, I'll loan it to you. Run that back. Yeah.
I think she
Oh,
took
so
offense
what
to the
you're
word
saying?
Well,
loan
then nothing.
Oh, so you
Well,
Oh,
okay? I
okay.
see
then
what
don't
you're
take it.
saying.
Keep your phone up.
because she didn't ask. Because she didn't ask. And he chimed in to help. But it's his choice of words. And then, so now,
So what exactly does she want?
What was his choice of words?
pardon me?
What was his choice of words that he used?
Alone. She never asked. She just told him, hey, my phone is not on. I'm going to turn it back on when I get paid in 2 weeks. He turns and said, hey, I can loan you the money just in case, job is, she's not working. Job is trying to reach you or whatever the case. The school is trying to call you for your kid, but I'm going to loan you. But I think
She's
she took
toxic.
Thank
offense
you.
to the word
Thank you, Shay.
loan.
She's
Okay.
toxic.
She needs her phone to stay off. He dodged the bullet. Whoever he was, he dodged the bullet.
So
I agree with
you
everything
have
said. He doesn't need to he does not deserve to deal with that woman anymore because one, she's not emotionally stable. Two, she can't she can't help herself, and even when he's trying to help, she's still acting weird. That's weird. What do you mean? That's weird.
exactly. Exactly.
Expectation is the thief of joy. She could have been good.
Put that on a t-shirt. That was a joint.
Yeah, because loan shouldn't be a trigger word for her. So
Okay, so we
she
all
got to go to
agreed that the
therapy.
guy the guy did the right thing. I have another scenario, and my last scenario. You met a guy, he's extremely interested in you. You guys are dating. You guys went on a date. He likes you more than you do. For some reason, you guys just didn't click, right? Then you guys remained friends. You guys kept in contact. However, you finally let this guy know, hey, you're dating someone, the female. She's actually dating someone. So it comes out after he finds out that she's dating someone. He turns and say, well, prior to you, I was in a situation, but we broke up. It was a 2 year situation, 2 year relationship, situationship, whatever it is, because they didn't have a title. But we stopped talking because she wanted a title and I didn't, right? So now your feeling is because this woman doesn't want you, that's why you're here, but you're professing your love for me, not knowing if I didn't let you know I am dating someone, you would have been pursuing me because, quote unquote, you have it for me. But because I'm letting you know the truth now, it's coming out, you're actually not my choice, is this other woman, and I want to be with her. So now I have the question is, I'm going to give you guys a two-part question. The reason him and the girl broke up was, or stopped dating, 2 years, she won the title, he didn't. They did everything together. There was no cheating, there was no one else. Did she had a right to leave? Now, the second part to it is, for the new girl that he's trying to pursue, if she did not tell him, is it fair that he's trying to use her to get over his ex?
So
Or she did
I'm
the
gonna
right
answer real quick because I gotta go in a second. But um, she's not wrong for leaving, right? If that's what she chooses to do, she has all right to leave. And the only reason that the person is with you now is because the last person didn't act right. So you just gotta get out your feelings with that. Like the only reason the person is with you now is because the person that they were with before didn't act right. Because if they did act right, they'd still be with them. So you can't really get offended by that. That's just how the game works. You're not their first boyfriend or first girlfriend. The person they were dating before fucked up, and now they're single, and now I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next in line, or the next person I meet.
Anyone else want to chime in on that? Does a title matter? That's the problem. Should a title matter when it comes to us women?
Depends on the person.
I think for
If it
women the
matters
title
to
matter. For
you,
men, sometimes it don't matter. I think women want the title more than men.
The title matters to whoever likes who
But for
more.
us,
Women want to feel like I'm more than just her. I want to know that I'm her, not just her. I
men want
want to
the
know.
title for the
That's
one
what
that
I'm
they
saying.
want the title in,
The
though.
title
So
matters
Hmm.
for whoever likes who more.
so should the new woman feel offended that he was trying to use her as a rebound?
absolutely. If you're trying to use me as a rebound, yes. If y'all just so happen to just break up because things didn't work, that's different. But if I'm a rebound to you, wait, is this the one who don't really like him?
Mm, it just
I
didn't
would
work
still
out.
be offended, but I would
But
just like
but how
they shouldn't be together.
Okay.
but
Them two.
how is he using her as a rebound?
Because he's only trying to pursue this new girl because the ex or the
But that's
past
why
doesn't want
everybody
him,
pursues someone new
and he
because
won't.
the ex didn't work out, so you goes to the new one.
Right.
No, but it's
But
not that it didn't work out. He's still
She
he's
doesn't
very
want
much
him, so
in love
he'll
with
go
her
back.
still.
He'll
Yes,
go
if
back.
she take him back, yes. But the
Yeah,
only reason
that's
the new girl
offensive.
is finding out about this situation because the new girl was like, "Hey, I am dating someone now." So now he feels the need to say, "Okay, well, this is a situation." But
With
if
the
she
new
didn't
girl that
say
he's
anything,
pursuing,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
if
kind of
she never said
confusing and
anything,
tricky.
Why would she feel offended? She
he would have
dating
never did.
somebody else. She don't even care about him.
Right.
yeah, I didn't hear that part.
It's tricky because you said she never liked him. She never liked him in the
Listen,
beginning,
If
right?
she never
he
liked
is
him and
asked
she's
out.
dating someone else, then
He
no,
is
she should
asked
not
out
be
because he don't got
offended. Yeah,
nobody.
no.
The two shorties he likes got new people. He got nobody. You know what I'm saying? The new shorty got
yeah,
somebody else.
yeah, she
The
shouldn't be
old
offended.
shorty didn't even like him. So he asked out.
That's crazy.
I have a question for the men, and we're gonna wrap it up after that. Have you guys ever fumbled a woman that you regret?
Yeah,
She could have been a little too much. She could have been a little too much, but deep down inside, she was pretty much a good catch. Have you ever fumbled something that you regret?
I wouldn't say regret, but you learn from it.
I think relationships is a learning process, right? So, um, there are certain what I should say, I don't say values, but there's certain things that you'll see in one relationship that going into another relationship that you may miss from the past relationships and vice versa. I think women go through the same thing too as well. But I don't think that it's a situation that you fumble the person. Like the situation is that you guys just gonna see eye to eye in certain aspects of things. I think a lot of times when you see situations like that happens, you see people do a was it a 180 or 360 and come back all the way back around because especially if they continue to be friends in that aspect of things. I've never been in a relationship where I fumbled anyone. I don't think so at all. People just move on.
What about you, CJ? Have you fumbled someone that you regret? What about you, Black man?
I answered. That was the first person to answer.
He answered already. So
Okay, before we wrap up, I want to thank you guys, and I want everyone to leave just a word of thought about tonight's session podcast.
Happiness is being content with where you're at. Once you're content, you're happy. If you constantly seek more or seek something different or seek something else, you'll never be happy. So once you're content with where you are, that's true happiness.
I'll say spend more time with yourself. Understand who you truly are and who you either want to be or want to become. If you don't spend any time with yourself, really and truly, trying to date anyone, marry someone, is gonna be a complete disaster. You don't want to learn yourself while with someone. So spend time with you.
What about you, AJ?
And I think mine relates to what CJ said. I was just gonna say date with intention to yourself, court yourself, take yourself to all those nice places, and don't wait for a man because they're weird. So
You gotta be
do
open to coffee shop dates.
Men are weird. There's
What about
there's two
no?
there's two
AJ, I'm messing
women
with you.
that say men
I'm
are
just
weird
saying
on
date
this chat.
yourself. That Ruth Chris, take yourself, love yourself, spend time with yourself,
If men
court
are weird,
yourself.
why are you guys even dating? Why?
Until we find the one that isn't
But
weird.
men are weird. Like you would never. I
Not
would
all
never say a
men.
woman is weird and
Not
try to
all.
date a woman. Like what? That's crazy to me.
Oh,
Not all men.
men are
Right?
strange. They're very strange. They're an enigma. And they claim they are the most logical creatures, yet still nothing proves to be logical about anything they think or they do. They are more emotional, just like how women are emotional. It's just their main emotions are anger, and they're not. I'm not to get sidetracked. Main point: date yourself. Be intentional
Okie
about
dokie.
yourself.
What about you, Chanel?
You said what?
What about you?
Always put yourself first. Never self doubt yourself. Always push yourself to be a better version of yourself every chance you can get.
What about you, Nick?
He's muted.
Nikon, unmute yourself. We're gonna go back to Nikon. What about you, Ladon? What about you, Nikon?
He's still muted.
Still muted.
Nikon, you gotta unmute.
Now you aren't. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah,
And for me, my thoughts for tonight is
you missed
love
me.
yourself.
You missed one.
Selma, I thought you went first.
No, I didn't go yet.
Go
We're
ahead,
going.
Sel.
So I think it's you have to understand what your self worth and values. That's very very important. Self worth and values.
I was gonna say the same thing you said, Selwyn. Love yourself, know your self worth, know
Yeah.
your value, and also times it by 100. And also, I want to thank the last guy that fumbled me because if he didn't, I wouldn't have been this happy. So I want to thank everybody for joining
AJ.
our podcast tonight, and I appreciate it. And you guys have a blessed night.
Good night.
So next week topic is gonna be who fumbled Renita.
Nobody fumbled me. I'm just saying. I want to thank him because we weren't compatible. So I thank him.
That's good.
And I appreciate it.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.